Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.
Definitely. Good afternoon, all the viewers. Listening and watching the number one program on on YouTube. I've been watching some of the videos too. Very interested and informative, and stuff that you have to think. Gives you an opportunity to think. So I'm happy to be here.
Welcome, everyone. Yeah, people, we're here. Yeah, welcome back to another episode of the Coach's Desk Weekends Triple Treat. It's the third night of the Weekends Triple Treat, and we are here to talk about the big game tomorrow. Yes, Reggae Boyz kickstart their Gold Cup quest. Yeah, man, and we believe that it is going to be a good look. So welcome one and all. Welcome everyone. Welcome those on Facebook. Welcome those in North America. Welcome those in South America. Welcome those in Europe. Welcome those that are in the Caribbean. Welcome the people in the diaspora. Welcome to the locals. Yeah, man. Big up yourself, every single person. We appreciate you. Thanks for taking the time out to join us here on the Coach's Desk with your host, Coach Minzy. Yeah, people, and we're here as usual to talk about the Reggae Boyz. Big game tomorrow against the Suriname team. And as you can see in the title, Reggae Boyz, stay focused. Because, of course, we did see what transpired in that game last evening with the Mexican team and the Trinidadian team. Yeah, man, it was a very, very, very tough game for Mexico. Yes, and we understand that Lozano is out for the rest of the campaign. It's really sad. We wish Lozano a speedy recovery. He got injured, and you know that we never like to see when footballers get hurt because it really takes away from the game to know that you have one of those footballers out. You know what I mean? So people, yeah, man, prayers up for Lasagna. And of course, I think a game is on tonight. Yes. And we're gonna see how best we can keep our eyes on that game because yeah, man, that opponent or those opponents will actually be in our way to the title, as all teams will be. You know what I mean? So right now, um, just checking right now, we see where Canada is leading Martinique 3-1. Yes. Lauren Osorio Estaquio would have scored those 3 goals for Canada. And Emmanuel Rivera got one back for the Martinique team. So it's a good start there for Canada. And they would have been out front. It seems like it will stay that way. But, it's the nature of football. It's not over until it's over. Yes, at the big game today, people. Why, a whole lot of controversy coming out of that game. The Euro final. Yes, people. A whole lot of controversy coming out of that game. Whereas Italy went up against England. And many would have thought that England would have taken it home. It did not happen. And at the same time, it's controversial because of the penalty route that it took. And I mean, the congratulations to Italy. Let me leave it right there. Let me leave it right there. So, we'll be talking about the Reggae Boyz, like I said before, and we'll be getting into that. Welcome, everyone. Those who are on, those who have commented. Again, when you enter the stream, please ensure that you hit the like button, people. Yeah, man. All right, you see we have Fresh God, Capo in the building. Welcome, Fresh God. Yankney, welcome. Jason Ferran, big up yourself, welcome. Yeah, man, big up, big up, big up. JPS, present, all right. Big up yourself and welcome. Clifton Brown, welcome, welcome. Yes, sir. Now is the time, JPS. Yeah, man, now is the time, now is the time. Yeah, Sean Bless TV, Manchester United. Big up yourself, man. All right, one done, MUFC. That sound like a Manu baller. One done. Leon is going to AC Milan. We have heard the rumors. But let's see how that one pans out. We have heard of Dortmund. That's a possibility that he replace Jadon Sancho. And then we heard about AC Milan some time ago. Would have heard of it before news would have broken in the media. But of course, we can't say things if they're not confirmed. So Desmond, welcome, man. Big up yourself. Nicoy James, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone in the building. You see what I told England can't beat. All right, Desmond. Yankney. Yeah, man, they never looked confident. Mikey Ballin, welcome. I hope the Jamaica team was watching. England cannot sit back when you. Yeah. I think that one was actually allowed Italy back into the game, Mikey. Trust me. That one allowed Italy back in the game.
A style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.
All right, sorry for that breaking transmission. Where was I? Yeah, man. I think that changed the whole game because once the players started to sit back, and that allowed Italy to just start to. And the situation it's not like it was like 10 minutes in before the game, and it was a whole lot of minutes to go. You know what I mean? But they live to learn. Big up yourself, Sports to the Bone. People, run over to Sports to the Bone if you want updates in cricket matches, cricket talks. Yeah, man, just check out Sports to the Bone. Big up yourself. Yeah, man, an interesting end to the Euro. A whole lot of things will come out of this game. But I will reserve my comment for now. Yeah, man. Richard Robinson, welcome. The world is at peace, and just imagine. Oh, it's 4-1 now. All right, Canada scored another goal. Peter Bernard. Oh, Italy saved the world. Wade Stewart, big up and welcome. Marlon, welcome. Mark Plunkett, welcome, man. Jermaine Allen, welcome. This year to go all the way. All right, yeah, man, we're going all the way to the Gold Cup. So I know. I will comment some run gun a while ago. Oh, Zeus Cohen. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Blessings, man. Phil Jones, Manu Bala. I said it going to Rome or it gone to Rome. Teddy Lee. Oh, go on, Teddy Lee. I say, based on projection, finishing second is not a bad thing. Teddy, so like, yeah, look at easy way, you know. Well, I mean, if that's a projected pathway and you can get it, why not? But why? I think it would be a huge gamble to do that. You know, Kashoy, welcome. Warren Webster, welcome. Chemo unknown, welcome. Big up yourself, man. All right. Shatta. Why not now go on feel? But I'm gonna start carrying team there with Dre can I see because Dre I carry Reggae Boyz. Yeah man, we know that I go. Yeah man, England started to hang back too quickly after the scoring. Yeah, they gave Italy a way back. Yeah, definitely. And the Italians were not going to have it, you know. They pressed that scramble goal. Trust me, man. Showed how hungry these players were. England fans deserve what they get. I'm only sorry for the players, especially there. All right, Mark, we hear you. Paul Marriott, big up yourself. Unseen, big up. Marquino Ferran, big up yourself. All right, persons who want to watch the game, you can check out his goal. Yeah, man. Yeah, Unseen, what go on? Revna Baker, big up. Primo Vision. People, you can check out Unseen Sports TV, Coach Parchment. You can also check out Primo Vision YouTube channel as well. Yeah, good content over there. Primo on the team. Big up yourself. Instead of Kirsten Lodge for them, Primo. Yeah, man, we're going to have a live stream tomorrow, people. Yes, but it's watch along. I won't be able to show you the game. So let me get that straight. I can't show you the game, but we'll be here doing our analysis of the game and all of that. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. Owen, big up. Welcome. I say I was expecting that result, Kimo. All right. There's no way you left a young player to kick. Boy, I tell you, Rep, no. I wonder if this thing. But if he had scored still, you know, the narrative would have been different still in the Rep now. But I would want to put him under that pressure. You have a Raheem and others who could have taken it. I would want to pressure him. In fact, in my estimation, he wasn't having a good game when he came on. He was all over the place. Like one player we know about. So, I'll not call any name. But, yeah, man, in my estimation, he wasn't having a good game. But penalties are really different from a whole psychology thing in it, you know. Penalty is just a big lottery. Yeah, you really can't say nothing about that. When say Mikey, when the media finish a problem. All right, I soon let you know. Jason Ferran, type in the chat where Marquino can watch the game now. Don't really want to talk it live. So just write it in the chat. And say I want to avoid Mexico in the semis. So second 8, but all right. See your point. Peter Bernard, welcome. This is from the hype machine. What you say? I'm beside them come from Jason. So why I don't know. But Jason, you see those players coming on in terms of, trust me, it was a tough thing for them, because I think that was another gambling, Jason, because these players would have been playing and they probably wouldn't have been on the field for 5 minutes. So they wouldn't have gotten a knock of the game and a vibe. Them heart rate probably wouldn't gone up. You know what I mean? So probably not touch the ball more than 3 times. So that would have worked against them. So the adrenaline wasn't rushing for these players. You know what I mean? So it was really, really difficult. And I think Rashford's penalty was quite unlucky. But I mean, I understand, but trust me, it is what it is. Yeah. Don't know why. Yeah, even that player, why the change? Well, I heard the commentator say that he's not a specialist, So I guess that's why they removed him. You know what I mean, Phil Jones? Yeah, man. So Marquino Ferran, check out the unseen name. You put up where you can watch a game. Yeah, man. Canada emphatically dispatching Martinique 4-1. Warren Webster. All right. River Leclerc, welcome. Canada played the easiest game ever. Rashford, although a miss, was not a bad penalty technique-wise. Yeah, man, it was a good kick from Rashford. It's just that he was a little bit unlucky. The amount... I'm going to tell you Rev now. Alfonso is out of the tournament due to injury. The trophy will come. All right, Giovanni. Yeah, man, big up yourself, Primo Vision, man. You know the thing going on. You know the thing, Primo. You don't know where I support the thing. People want to help Primo reach 1,000 subscribers, So if you don't subscribe to this channel, you need to do so as quickly as possible. Yeah? Some good content over there. So we need to get this channel. Coaches This Family, we need to get this channel to 1,000 subscribers. Quick and fast. Alright? Mr. Special Edition, big up yourself. Yes, you ready for the exclusive? Jeremy and Hendricks, big up. Big up, Michael. Alright, Mark, thanks for that. Di Lorenzo. Alright, so you really can't. But why put Saka for last? That's the point. Put him in the middle, man. The sandwich him with those favorites or quote unquote senior persons. They said, Jason, your cousin. Jason, check out Marquino there. Say, I know my cousin. Jamaica, LOL, big up yourself. Well, then we can get 3 points, scoring 4 goals, 1 against. Can't ask me. Well, would mind get the result tomorrow, Big up yourself, Howard. Rain. Yeah, man, that is true. Big up top 10. Big up top 10 in the building. I said Pickford play the tournament. I say Bertram, somebody in a problem. Big up yourself, Bertram. All right, Chavane, welcome. Formula, what go on? People, jump over to Formula Sports Channel as well. Exactly, Formula. Those two moments were the highlight of the game for me. Those were the game-changing decisions that would have cost England the game. But it sounds like everybody in the comment section, they do want England to win. Is that the case? Yeah. Hello, we hear that, you know. Eagle Republic, welcome. Okay, Bertram. Boy, first time I see Italy playing at the league, you know. I watch them again. Because it's been a while I've heard anything about Italy. And what I see them in my first game, I said, no, man. I didn't even know some of them baller except Chile, you know, whatever his name, that name. And Chilini and I think about two more players, Verratti, yeah. But then I said that Italy team I look new, man. Then you see them the second game, I say, yeah. You know where Italians get them player, but Mancini a general. Yeah, Marlon, we spoke about that, man. Yeah, man, wish him a speedy recovery as well. You said that the exclusive. Ah, boy. Where you heard that, Mr. Special Edition? You have to tell him where you get that information from. Yeah, man, it's sad say Chucky out, you know? Lozano, Chucky Lozano. Yeah, man, it's sad say him out. But I mean, well, I talked to you last time about football, you know, that's the nature of the sport. Team Clacken, welcome. Is it the match tonight or tomorrow, Shad? The person talking, I heard nothing. No, the US match starting 7:30. All right, look like the match, man. It's increasing, looking to be Jamaica's. All right, heard nothing. Knock on board. No, Burden. It's not that Kane should have kicked last, you know. You see, you normally try to put your best, your probably two best kickers first and last. Because what if you need the last one for insurance? Like what happened? And they miss. I know about my grandfather. Oh, okay. That a fair and them I try to find out if them a family. Yeah, man, I'm deal with it, man. Why Georgina win something again? Chelsea, man, name Jesus, please. The back three strategy backfired when Saka came on and they moved to 4-2-3-1. They were much. You know, I true with Bertram, but incidentally still in a Bertram. I did not believe Saka was playing well. In the all over place, man. They're all over the place. Tevar, big up, welcome. All right, let's see if he's playing around, because he'll be playing around tomorrow. Team Clacken from USA, big up. The tournament is made for Bailey to shine. The 3 players who was tipped to shine Bailey is the yeah. Shedra, welcome, man. Hey, tell me if I drop the link now. Tell me if I drop the link. Yeah, people. So let's check out the game for tomorrow. Expectation and all of that. I don't think we'll stay long tonight, you know, honestly. So here what? I will drop the link. Talk to me, Jason or Fresh God. Talk to me. Think me I drop the link early. I don't think me I stay on late tonight, you know. Because we have tomorrow for, you know, go deal with business. Talk to me quick and fast, Fresh God. Saka was giving a jump to help in the midfield. That's why he looks so bad. Yeah, but him is still all over the place, man. Well, I guess in the midfield. Yeah, because you see, at the beginning of the first half, at the second half, sorry, England was out of it. The 2 midfielders did not make sense. The Italian team was running rings in the midfield. They took over the midfield and started to sort it out. And trust me. You see what I say? So, yeah, man. That is my thing on it. But Saka wasn't playing well, in my estimation. And that's why I'm saying, if I were the coach at that time, me wouldn't make him take the penalty kick at that time. Because when him come on, him never did do so well in my view. Yeah? Yeah, man. So that's how the situation come with me. Where's the formula? Yeah, that's true, Reverend. Me understand all of that, you know. Understand all of that. But that not negate from the fact that him never did a play good in my eyes. Yeah? Because I said it to someone while I was watching the game that, I mean, he looked out of sort coming on. And I didn't even know he was going to be one of the penalty kicker. So, yeah, man, that was expected in a Mr. Dimension. Yeah, so, what Jesus said, link can drop. Subs enough. The likes. All right, so I'm going to drop the link. So people them will know them to come on, or if you want to come on, if you're new, feel free. Let's jump on. I'll make a preview that game tomorrow because I'm expecting a good game, yet cautiously optimistic because of what transpired yesterday with our Mexico team. But I mean, like somebody said, or the Jamaican terminology, Puss and Dog don't have the same luck. So, I mean, we shouldn't be watching other team and see what happened. Yes, we should, but in terms of to take what we see from them to be take it over to our situation. Yes, Devon, I aim to take all of the blame. 2 game-changing moment decision that he was supposed to make, they weren't made in a manner where it helped the team. So yeah, pressure the young youth, sit back too early. You know, as the first half start, yeah, sit back. Yeah, man, link up, people. The line is open. You can jump on. But in my estimation, I think this is a critical game for the Reggae Boyz tomorrow. Though it is our opening game, we want to stay in a position or a situation where we get points rather than losing points. And when I say get points, it could be a situation where we eke out a draw, or we get 3 points. But at this stage of the competition, we don't want to lose or to start out the competition on no point. You understand? So that's basically where I watched the portion of the press conference with Coach Theodore Whitmore, and he made some valid points. You know what I mean? He said that the question was asked if Leon Bailey will be, you know, the man in this tournament for the Reggae Boyz, and he said he has spoken to Leon and the vibe seemed to be right. Also, I'm just paraphrasing people, not speaking direct quotation. He also said that when you look at Leon Bailey's goal scoring rate for the Reggae Boyz, it's only 1 goal, and he wants the pressure not to be on him, but he's expecting Leon to come out and give us a wonderful tournament. That's what Coach Theodore Whitmore said. He also spoke about the games, you know, the games. Cranky, welcome, man. We're not hearing you, Cranky, and you turn, what do I call it now? Horizontal. Not hearing you, and you turn horizontal.
So I was on mute, but on my iPad, because I know I'm out of town. I don't have a computer with me. So I may seem like I'm sideways.
So it can't turn it now. There's something on the rotation. Turn off the rotation lock and shift it.
I don't. I have to check. I have to check and come back to you. Let me check and come back to you then.
Yeah, man.
All right.
So he spoke that in this tournament, the Reggae Boyz won't be rushing it. Essentially, they want to take it a game at a time, and I somehow like that, because you don't want to count your eggs before they hatch. Say, all right, 3 points from this game, 3 points for this game. I think every game should be taken in its own merit. You know what I mean? We don't want a situation where the Reggae Boyz get too confident, and when they play a particular team, they ease up of the acceleration, and then, you know, things go the way that they should not. So I like those 2 points made by Coach Whitmore, and definitely we are expecting big things in this opening game. Nevertheless, I am cautiously optimistic because of the game with Mexico last evening. You know what I mean? So welcome, gentlemen. Welcome, Cranky.
Bless up, Coach.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself. Cranky is over there in Orlando, people, ready for the game. You know what I mean? So, how is it over there in Orlando, Cranky?
Weather is good. I've been doing a lot of traveling around. I missed the first 25 minutes of the England game because I was on the road and got caught in traffic. But no, weather is good. 30% chance of rain tomorrow. Hopefully that doesn't materialize.
Okay.
And we have a a good game. Looking forward to it. I'm a mile from the stadium, so probably an easy walk to get there.
Easy walk.
Yeah. You need to exercise,
Okay.
so
Yeah, man. Good exercise too.
yeah.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts on this game coming up, Cranky? I know
Well,
you'll
I
be in
think
the stadium. What expectation do you have, or you know?
I don't want Jamaica to play like how I saw England playing today.
Mm-hmm.
I thought not to spend time on England game because we want to talk about the Jamaica game, but I thought Southgate changed the strategy a little bit too late. You can't have a team to dominate the ball 24/7. At some point, you're gonna acquiesce and give them opportunity to score, and that's what transpired. So, but I do think tomorrow we should be able to play well. As you can see, there's a lot of camaraderie in the camp. People are feeling good about themselves. If you hear Blake talk about this being probably the best team he's been a part of,
Mm-hmm.
and when you're a goalkeeper, you have the whole thing in front of you. So you may have seen the players and how they're performing and what team chemistry is building, the capability of the players, the quality in the squad. So my expectation is that we're going to play well tomorrow. But I want us to dominate the ball, and I think that's what Whitmore is
Mm-hmm.
looking for. So between, if McGee plays and Johnson plays, we all talk about a CDM challenge. And if we have Turgot up front with whoever it is, along with Bailey, then we should be able to play really well, regardless of what Suriname brings to the table.
Okay, cool. Devon, welcome. How is it
Yeah,
going?
man. Thanks. Good,
You
man.
enjoying the Sunday evening?
Yes, man. Definitely.
All right, cool.
But
Mm-hmm.
before I get to the Jamaica game,
Mm-hmm.
I, as a coach, I haven't seen anything like this. You you have a game in your hand and you gave it away. And not only that, you gave it away by stop doing what you were doing in the first half. You have 19 seconds to go in extra time.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to make two substitutions. For what reason? For penalties? These players haven't factored into the Euro for more than 90 minutes a game.
Exactly.
And you're going to take them off the bench in a situation like that with 90 seconds to go to take penalty when you have senior players like Kyle Walker, one of the best goal scorers in England and in the England national team, Raheem Sterling, and others to take penalties. And you bring these guys off the bench, not even touch the ball once. The first time they touched the ball was to take the two penalties. Either of them. House, I'm not going to call him, I'm not going to say the S word,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know how to describe it. I honestly don't know how to describe it. And I think he needs to address this and take 100% blame for
Yeah, man.
England loss.
I see your frustration as a coach, Devon. Trust me.
So, Coach, I don't agree with you or Devon, actually. So here's my view on this. No matter
No,
what
hold
Southgate,
on, Cranky. Before
go ahead,
you
go ahead,
put
go
in a
ahead.
view.
Okay.
Cranky, I'm going to say something.
Remember.
No,
No, hold on, Devon.
Coach,
I just
Coach,
want to clarify the
Coach,
part here because
yeah.
Cranky is some executive and you're a part of the organization and you're the CEO. Whatever happens in that organization, at the end of the day, the buck stops with you. You give players instruction, yes, and they might not carry it out, but at the end of the day, you have to face the music. At the end of the day, and that's why they say, when games are won by a team, the players get the highlight, and when the game is lost, then the coaches get the blame. So you can go ahead now, Cranky.
So I don't agree with the whole, and Southgate has taken responsibility for it. If you hear him in the subsequent interview, he takes responsibility for it, which he should. And as you said, the buck stops with the person who's the ultimate decision maker. But think about it this way: no matter what Southgate did, either he was a genius and a hero or he's a goat, right? So think about it this way: Rashford is a penalty taker. That's what he does, and does it really well for Man U. We all know this. And he didn't. The way he takes penalty wasn't the way he took the penalty today, by the way. That's not how he takes penalties. So I'm not sure why he changed his strategy. Sancho is a goal scorer extraordinaire, and he's also supposed to be a decent penalty taker. Saka, I don't think Saka should take the penalty. Not because of his youth, but I don't think you see Saka as a goal scorer per se, or someone can put the ball in the corner, right? So I think why Saka took the penalty. Devon talked about Raheem Sterling. You ever seen Raheem Sterling taking penalties? They're likely to go anywhere except in the goal most times, a lot of times.
And Cranky, Rashford penalty wasn't a bad penalty. I think he was just a bit unlucky.
Cranky, let me chime in here before you go further.
Devon, let me finish, Devon. Sterling didn't take the penalty because he didn't want to take the penalty. Let me tell you something, Devon. There's one thing to be a very good goal scorer. There's a thing called pressure, and realizing what the implications of pressure means. Not everybody can deal with that pressure. And I'm glad Sterling didn't take the penalty, because if he missed, God help him. I'm glad it's worse for him to take it and miss, and miss versus him not to take it, and people say, well, you should take it for a senior player. He doesn't make the decision, so as coach says, Southgate owns that.
Yes.
Look, first of all, when you ask the penalty takers, you practice them, but people put their hands up. Some people want it, they want the glory, and they take the risk. Some people don't want the risk. They don't want that decision about failure or success. They don't want the success part. They see the glass half empty. So this concept that Southgate totally, I think he messed up a little bit in terms of the strategy employed, which is don't let Italy dominate the ball, because then they get confidence. You're chasing around all day. Harry Kane was out on his feet from the first 25 minutes of this. When I first started watching the game 25 minutes, Harry Kane was running like he's in quicksand. So he couldn't be the first person in the press to create havoc for the Italian, because he was in quicksand all game. But he had to stay on to take penalties. So it's a catch-22. So Devon, I understand what you're saying about people coming. They want to change them about 3 minutes in, and they took the throw quickly, so you couldn't get them in the game. But if you don't want to take the penalty, what am I going to do? Force you as a coach?
No, but Cranky, listen. These players are top players. Why not injecting them in the game 10, 15 minutes before the end of the game?
And that's my point too. That's my point, Devon. Because you want muscle memory to be there, you know.
Yes.
Because they don't have no little in a game, no adrenaline rush.
Coach, the man put Rashford at right back. What are you talking about, coach? Put them in the game where for 10 minutes left. What are you talking about? I put them where on the field. Where you put them on the field?
I just said Harry Kane was in quicksand. Him play like you have 20 pounds of lead on him foot.
Yes, he did. But you had to keep for the penalty. And if he took Harry Kane out of the game, he'd be crucified. Devon, Marlon. You know?
Yeah, I muted him.
And guess what, Cranky? Have you read the headlines?
No,
since the game finished?
I've been running around all day. I haven't had a chance to really sit down.
The three black players, Rashford,
no. I said it to my nephew. right after they finish. I said it to my nephew.
They're killing them right now.
Yeah. But you know what's going to happen. But who cares? They step up to take it.
No, but hold on.
You know?
Let me put a twist to that. We know we're straying from the point, you know, because we want to get back to the Jamaica. But let me put a twist to that. 5 penalty takers. If there was any ism or schism in that sort of selection, wouldn't it be more light colors than high colored? Because when you look at, he said three black players missed.
Coach, you have a mix up. No, coach, they're not that way now, coach.
No, I'm just trying to hold on.
No, coach, must stop you. In Jamaica,
no, man, I'm just trying to look at the twist of the tail, because we are saying that the black players missed.
No, coach.
So if there was any schism,
that's what he's saying.
Coach, you're not hearing me, coach. In the UK, it's not that way in the US. It's not about shades of grey. It's 0.001% of you is not a certain persuasion.
It's not
you're total that persuasion. In Jamaica, they may want to use degrees and say if you're light on the no, that's nonsense. They don't use that. You've tainted the purity of something. So therefore, you're not part of that. You're not part of that.
You're the opposite.
Yeah.
But I'm not understanding. I'm not sure if you're understanding the point that I'm making. And the point that persons are going to say is that 5 players took penalties. 2 white people scored and 3 black people missed.
Right.
But I am saying the twist of the tail is that if there was any schism a part of it, then why would the players of color outnumber the others in terms of the numbers to take the penalty? If that wasn't the case and three of them score and the other, you think anything would have come out of it? No.
No, but guys, 2 Italian missing on, they're Caucasians. What are we talking about?
No, I'm talking about the England team
I understand,
specifically.
I understand, but I'm saying this, which is the best penalty taker of all, except for Kane, missed on. Jorginho is next to Kane to the taking penalty.
Yes, he missed,
And they
That's
missing
what happens with
penalty.
penalty. It's a chance game. It's 50-50.
Yeah, it's a
No,
lot.
but
Yeah.
the thing is, good night, gentlemen.
All right,
This whole thing, Cranky. I know you understand the whole racism in the world and thing. You would think that if a black player on Italy side, if there was a black player on Italy side and he missed the penalty, you would think they would not have acted the way the England fans acted, if not worse.
I think any player who misses a penalty, I don't think it's race. Wait. They may use race, but when Southgate misses penalty, they still talk about in '96. They still talk about it today. It's still on his resume.
It's still on his resume.
Yes, everybody,
resume.
people, I know that, but the things that people are saying online about these three players, I agree with Coach. You see the penalty that Rashford take, it just unlucky,
Yeah.
Because as a matter of fact, if it was a couple of rolls inward, remember Donnarumma guessed it completely wrong when he took that penalty. The two other players that missed, Donnarumma gets it right. The thing with Rashford's penalty was that he went the completely different way. He went right, Rashford kicked it left. I think it was unfortunate. I am saying that whether you miss or you play bad in a game, no player is subject to it. A lot of things that these persons are saying online are these Sancho, Rashford, nor Saka. I honestly agree with you when that Saka should not have taken that penalty. I honestly think that, to me, it has nothing to do with his youth per se, because you have persons that have been plugged into these type of situations at a very young age. But I don't think that the pressure, he's used to this pressure. Taking up this.
Listen.
So in the Euros, I think, hold on, Coach Devon. I think that the pressure to win, to stay in the game in terms of penalty, because he had to score for them to stay in the game. To score that, I think that he is not used to it.
I just don't see. Look, I'm a big Saka fan. He plays for my team I support. He's not a goal scorer. I keep telling people this every day. He scored 5 goals all season for us in the Premier League. I just don't see him as a finisher, therefore will have the ability to place the ball where he wants to place it in the corner away from the keeper. I just don't see it. So I'm surprised he took the penalty.
So which other players would you plug in? Forget.
That's the problem. That's the problem that he has.
No, hold on.
The defender or a midfielder. A defender or a midfielder. You don't. The second youngest player, you don't put him into that predicament.
I understand. That I'm asking. I'm asking him. No, I'm asking him. Luke Shaw.
Yeah.
So here, guys, here's the view.
Kyle Walker. Let him go kick it hard down the middle.
But here's the thing. If Kyle Walker missed, they will confident that excuse, Mario. Here's the thing. Them practice the penalty, them 24/7, because them see. And these are the 5 players who they deem to be the best. That's why
because of what they were doing in training.
Yes, in training they practice it and they look good in training.
Yeah, Cranky.
But Cranky. I agree with that point there. But hear this from this. I can bring up other perspective if you think another way. Because when I look at senior men like Grealish, when I look at senior men like Raheem Sterling, regardless of what, he would have endured some of those stuff years ago, and he would have been standing up to it very well. You know what I mean? He has been very professional about it.
Coach,
so why would he allow a young man to go in front and take penalty?
I have said it, Coach.
I agree with that,
you
man.
mentioned Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling is more used to those pressure moments.
Exactly. So what? That's my point.
No scoring opportunity, because that is specifically why I asked Cranky which other person. Because if you mentioned a defender or a midfielder that didn't score any more goals, I would have used your point saying that they did not score a lot of goals. It has nothing to do with scoring goals.
It's a luxury, man.
Let me tell you something. Let me say something.
Coach?
Wembley is packed to the rafter. It is intimidating. You don't do that to a young man.
That Mr.
Okay.
Devon.
And if Gareth Southgate, he probably at his home right now and praying and said, God, if I could have changed the hands of time, I wouldn't let that happen.
But
I
Coach
would
Stefan,
go
I have
otherwise.
asked, remember, and not only is it a packed crowd at Wembley, you know, Coach Devon. The thing is, they have not been to a final in 55 years. They had a chance of winning a trophy since
at
1966.
In their bed. At
so
home.
You're going to put that kind of pressure. Seriously, Cranky, you're going to put that kind of pressure on Saka to score. Can you imagine what would happen if England score 4 and they're about to take their 5th penalty and Saka missed that penalty? Can you imagine that happen?
Let me tell you something in life. Hindsight is a wonderful thing. Hindsight is a wonderful thing. That hindsight thing is awesome.
Exactly.
It's
so
awesome.
let us move on. So let us move on. Devon, you were on the floor talking about the Reggae Boyz. What we expect from the game coming up tomorrow, because it's a big game. It's a game that we should take very seriously, and it's a game that we should enter with a lot of caution as well. And like I initiated before that, Coach Whitmore spoke on this, that he's going to be going through this competition a game at a time, rather than counting his eggs before it. And I really love that approach. So, Devon, I want you to talk to us about what are you expecting from this Reggae Boyz team going into our opening game of the 2021 Gold Cup campaign.
I agree with Whitmore, what stance he wants to take on the games. I would treat this game as a championship game, the final game. And if I lose this game, I go home with nothing. I would go in cautious, but at the same time, you have to go in with a little bit of fire in your stomach, because the Jamaican crowd is hard to please and they're expecting for you to deliver. The vibes in the camp is all and good, but a lot of people is underestimating this Suriname team. I am not underestimating, because when I looked at the team, they have some quality. They have some good ball players and ball handlers on that team.
Yeah, certainly.
And I saw a game last night where Trinidad frustrate the Mexicans for about 112 minutes. Because I see they played something like 9 minutes or 10 minutes of extra time.
No, I think 14 minutes, man.
Because 14 minutes overall.
Because more than that, because I'm going at the center of the pitch 2 times.
You understand? And
plus the first half was 7 minutes, and then the second half 7 minutes added time again. So it was a whole lot of minutes for it, man.
Trinidad went in with a plan. And if you look how low Trinidad was, just a low block. And they fight and fight. Mexico should have beat them probably about 8. But they fight and fight until the end of it. And I don't want Jamaica to go into cautious or tentatively and don't have any little fire in their stomach to win this game and sit back and play for a draw. I'm not into that. We are not no artists. If you'd be Galilee or one of them, we're not no artists. So we need a win out of this game. And I think Tapa Whitmore will guide his troops the right and proper way, and we will come out victorious tomorrow.
All right, good, Devon. Like that too. Marlon, welcome to the panel tonight again. Barcelona jersey.
Okay, big man,
Well,
yeah, good night to everyone on the panelists. As Devon said, we cannot take this game lightly, and we have to respect our opponents. As we saw what Trinidad did, but the thing about this game, I don't see them doing what Trinidad tried to do, trying to block up. It's not their style of play. They're gonna try to play their passing game, build up on the back, and that's why I said the first 15 minutes of the game is gonna be crucial. Jamaica have to press them off.
There's a feedback.
yeah, Marlon, your line kind of body now.
Hold on.
All right, may I move on to the start out. Chris,
Yes.
go ahead. Talk to us about what you think about the approach for the game tomorrow. Because we're previewing the game. I did say that we don't want to be too overly confident and we don't want to approach it too much caution, like Devon said, and then we don't have no energy going into the game. So I think we should be cautiously optimistic. So,
You want to be there. You want to be on the fence. All right. We have to play to our strengths in order for us to win this game. We cannot be too cautious because then teams that are too cautious basically open themselves up for a counter-attack, which I don't think we have as much personnel to really defend against a counter-attack effectively. Now, we cannot be overconfident because a lot of times when you play overconfident and relax, that is when they surprise you and ultimately beat you. So you can't be overconfident and you can't be too cautious. We just need to play to our strengths, play at our pace, because if you play at your pace, that is when you're able to make the passes you want to make. You go forward at the pace that you're comfortable with, and the communication between the middle of the park as it opposed to the front line will be effective. If we don't use up the middle of the park, we're going to be beaten. We have to have a link between the fence to the midfield and from the midfield to the forward line, because now we have somebody that is used to the Premier League system where, yes, at times them keep ball and you run, but when they keep the ball on the ground and then pass it, and Andre Gray is able to get in front of the goal, get into spaces and score, that is when he's effective as a striker. So I think that there needs to be a link. We cannot be too overconfident because them can catch us and surprise us, but we cannot be too cautious because hitting cautious teams on the counter is actually more, well, I can't say more easier, but easier to score against in terms of a counter-attacking goal. So we just need to play to our strengths, play to a speed that we're comfortable with, and we should be okay.
yeah, man, cool. So I see in the comment section, people are saying that why should we be cautious of a team like a Suriname? But when you look at it, people, it's the first game of the competition. You don't want to go into that the first game not gaining any point. So it's on that premise I said that. And Chris explained it beautifully. So we can't be too confident, and we can't be too laid back, and then we get hit on the counter or whatever, and we lose points there. You know what I mean? So, man of steel, welcome, man.
Yeah, man. Good night, one and all. Like you, I think I don't want to take the same approach of being cautiously optimistic going into the game. It's a tournament.
United States is now leading 1-0.
Okay, it's a tournament, and what you don't want is to come out of your first game without a point. So I think we want to not lose the game, but we are also going to try and win the game. So I think we have to take that approach. I hear a lot of persons outright just saying that we're going to beat Suriname. I'd want us to not take them too lightly or underestimate them, because it's football and it's a tournament, and sometimes you have some teams that come to our tournament and right off the bat everything just goes right for them, and as you look, you're a goal, 2 goals down, and it's very difficult for you to come back. So, and even with the game last night between Mexico and Trinidad, you can see where the Trinidad team had a plan, and they dug in and stuck to the task, and it worked out for them. So, and also we would have seen in a lot of tournaments as well where teams that are favored to win or favored to go far don't really live up to that expectation. So I think we should be confident in our team, but I don't want us to be, or I don't want the team to be too confident or and stuff, because that can turn out to be a downfall, especially in a tournament setting.
Jermaine, welcome and take it away right away.
All right, good night, guys. Couple of things about the game tomorrow. With the confident thing, well, we see the boy them very high spirited and ready for the game. So we know that they're not lacking confidence at this moment. Going into this game. Couple things that I'm looking for: the structure of the team defensively when we are without the ball. I want to see how we set up and how if we deal with ourselves well, cover ourselves well. The chemistry. We've been in camp for a couple of days now. Want to see if there's any link up here between the key players that in the game. So I want to see the chemistry. I look for see what we work on over these 9 days, if we can see something different than what we have been used to. And also with Andre Gray up front, looking out for the link up play with the wingers and him running off him when he's if we go along with the ball and he hold up play, the wingers going through the channels if he can play it after them and all of that. So I look for these small things, but I want the boys them to still really go out there, enjoy the game and execute. You get me? I have high confidence in them, so I believe that they're gonna get the job done.
All right, Marlon, you're back.
Yeah, so as I was saying early on, basically we cannot let them settle down, and they won't play like Trinidad. The Dutch players they're gonna try to play the ball, and they have a slow build up on the back, and I think where we can get the better of them is in the midfield, because I think we have more legs in the midfield, because they have 2 players. If they're gonna use the 2 players I'm expecting them to use, who are in their 30s, they're not the fastest players, but they use the ball a lot. So if we can get in there and use a triangle to win the ball in the middle and play them off to the wingers, we should have them there. But at the same time, we have to be careful on the counter. Their 2 wingers are 2 speedy persons, so we have to be careful on that. So it's another thing too. When the wing back they're attacking, especially Albas will attack a lot. We have to ensure that somebody is basically there, either the CDM or the right centre back gonna step up. Because Becker, if you're gonna have him 1-on-1 against the defenders, they basically gonna have trouble keeping up with him. He's very, very quick. So I think we have the better squad still. I'm looking for a 3-0 victory. So it's time for the guys to shine now, basically.
That jumpy gun in the Marlon, because we did have asked the prediction, a jumpy gun still, but nevertheless we'll continue. So gentlemen, as we observed with the game yesterday, so everybody seemed to be on the same wavelength where that is concerned. So we no need to go back to that. But let us look at some of the keys to victory for us in terms of this game versus a Suriname team that I believe uses the ball, as Marlon said. They pass the ball. They like to pass the ball, and I've seen them play against Canada, and it's the middle of the park for them. So if we nullify that midfield setup that they have, because they keep the ball, they pass the ball, and then hit it out on the flanks to those speedy players. If we could nullify that channel of supply, then we'd be able to disrupt their play and get into our type of game by attacking as well, whether through the middle, whether diagonally or over the top. I do believe that we have the fireworks to deal with them. But again, we're not taking anything for granted. So again, Cranky, what are some of the keys to victory for the Reggae Boyz?
Well, I'm less concerned about the opponent but more about how we play together as a team.
All right, right.
There are still some question marks around CDM and who's going to play center forwards. I do think if we have good linkage between our right and left back and our right and left outside players, given the quality of our outside players, to get them the ball. So who's playing there's more than two players. There's the CDM, there's center forward, and also who's playing the 10, frankly. Is that McGee playing the 10? And how well can we get the balls to the players with the offensive capabilities to break the defense down for Suriname to get the ball in the goal, right? I'm comfortable with our defense in terms of, especially our center back pairing. I'm comfortable with Daniel Johnson. But the question we got to ask ourselves is, how do we get the ball to the dangerous players in dangerous positions to get the ball in the net? And I haven't seen where this team has played together holistically as one synchronized unit to date, because we haven't had everyone available to have the same 11 players in the field at any one time since God knows when, if ever, given the players we have today. Some of these players have played together well between the goalkeeper, Damien, Daniel Johnson, Bailey, but Turgot hasn't necessarily played with all these players, right? So there are a number of players, and who's playing left back? Is that Bell? Is that Taxi? So you got to get that coordination, that assimilation working really, really seamlessly. But I do think the key is, right, can we prevent them from penetrating us, and can we put the ball in the net? And I still think, even though Gray came late, that given supposedly the form of Shamar and Burt, that we probably should play Gray with Turgot and Bailey. Probably a more dangerous combination. Because what Gray does really, really well is being able to hold the ball up and bring the 10 and the two wingers into play. And that's an imperative for you to be able to keep possession and have them running off him and give him the ball back so he can probably score. So a lot of different factors to consider in terms of what we need to do. But I think the most important thing that I want to see is for us to be able to keep the ball. I've always said, if you have the ball, the other team can't score. If you keep the wall bell, frustrate the other team, and if they're an offensive-minded team like we're saying they are, and that's what happened to England today, which is, if I'm offensive-minded in nature, defense is not my first priority, even though I may do it really well. And at some point, I'm going to get frustrated and get out of my zones and get out of my team shape, and you can then break them down to get the ball in the net. So hopefully we keep the ball well, be penetrative, and come up with a good outcome.
All right. Back to you, Marlon. Keys to victory.
I think our leader, our captain, Andre Blake, we start from him at the back, the two centre back. The midfield, if we can win the midfield, we're expecting the forwards, the striker, out and out striker, and the two wingers. They have a part to play. But I'm looking for Bailey to have a all-coming game, right? As I said, he was tipped along with Alphonso Davis and Lozano to be the 3 stars, right? He's the only one that is remaining. So I guess he's a poster boy for the tournament. So he needs to deliver now. As a top player in the tournament, we're looking for him to shine. So he's going to be a key player. Andre Gray as well. And I'm looking for Daniel Johnson to have an excellent tournament. I'm looking for him to shine tomorrow, especially in that midfield.
Man of Steel.
I think the key for us would be the midfield. Because it's going to be important for the midfield and the combination which is selected by the coach for them to really control the tempo of the game, and for the person entrusted to play CDM to do a very good job at protecting the back line or keeping the attacking midfielders from Suriname at bay. Also, I think probably depending on who starts on the right hand side, be it Bailey and Alvas Powell or Bailey and Mariappa, that may be an issue because I think Alvas Powell is very attacking minded and he will go forward a lot. And Leon Bailey is not the type of midfielder who's going to run back and put in defensive tackles, so there might be an issue there. But outside of that, I expect our attacking players to be very good as well. I'm looking forward to seeing how Leon Bailey equips himself because in recent times, or from his being in the team, he hasn't necessarily covered himself in a lot of glory. But we know the type of player he is and the ability he has, so I'm hoping that he can bring something to this tournament. And I think I also want to see how Andre Gray looks as well. I'm very impressed with him in the 2 games that he has played so far. So I hope that they can put things together and put in some good shifts.
Chris.
Yeah. All right. So the key to our victory tomorrow versus Suriname, as I said before, is the linkage play. How well do we link from defense to midfield and midfield to attack? And also, how effective will we be going forward? That's one. That's two, I should say. Because the reason why I say how good we link up play is because because I know Man of Steel said, our attackers are going to be effective and our attackers are going to be good. And, Marlon said that Leon Bailey needs to shine and because he's the only one left. Well, if they don't get any service, they'll have to drop back deep. How will they be effective in that regard? So the midfield now is very important because you would need your attackers to not do so many work dropping deep to get the ball to go forward. That gives them less time to do their job, which is go in the box and score. So the linkage play is first off because you need to have that proper link between defense and midfield and from the midfield to the attack. And also the midfield needs to be effective for the attackers to do their job. You don't want the attackers to do more than they are supposed to do and causes us to be very confused. So he has to have some servicemen in the midfield that is able to apply that service to the attackers so they can score goals for us to win. Because there are many Reggae Boys I've spoken to and they said that they don't want to be just another Reggae Boys team going to the semifinals, going to the finals and not winning it. They want the trophy. They want to hold on to this trophy. More than one of them I speak to. They say they want to win this trophy. And I think that's the key for them to lift it.
All right. Jeremy, coming to your Devon.
I think everybody would have to play them part. Everybody have to play them part in this game for us to be successful, right? The linkage play is key, just the same. The linkage key, the linkage is gonna need to be key in this game also. With the back line and the midfield going forward, as Stan Kroenke said before, and as I said, the linkage between Gray and anybody that's playing behind him and the wingers also. Because Gray is gonna either, if you hit it up to him long, he holds up the ball well. So we're gonna need persons to be running in the channel or someone to come short and play that 1-2 that he can turn and go into that space again. You get me? So that I'm really looking out for that and our structure again. I think Man of Steel said Alvas like to go high up the park. So it's gonna be with our structure now. If Alvas go high up the park, your right center back is now gonna need to shuffle out and make it 3. And then you see them drop back into that back line, make it 4 again. Alvas don't have to run back that far to come back to his right back position more than just slot back right into a DB position until the game we make that transition again and regain our structure. You get me? So everybody's gonna have to play a part in this game. You get me? For us to be successful.
Devon.
Who just finished speaking? What's your name?
German.
Jeremy, are you a coach?
No, sir, me just watch the game, man.
Well, that's exactly what I was gonna come and say about Alva's Powell. And you hit the nail on the head. I think you should get involved with the coaching at some point in time. Listen, our midfield. I'm not worried about the midfield. What I'm worried about is that how much possession of the ball we're gonna keep, and how much balls are we gonna get to the forwards and the wingers. We have to play the channels. If we cannot play the channels, we have quick players. We have to go over the top and break their backline for Leon Bailey and Turgot to run on to those loose balls. Any ball that plays over the top is going to be a 50-50 ball. And if we're not ready to pursue the second balls, we're going to have a long night. We can't afford to get balls into their areas and have them winning it. We have to win it, take it from them, and break them down and score. And this is what I think we have to do tomorrow.
All right. So any player in specifically that we think is going to step up and play a good game for the Reggae Boyz?
I'm really looking for a team effort. I'm not looking to single out any players of sort, but I'm looking for a full team effort that no man is an island, no man stands alone. Everybody works for each other. We leave no man behind. It does not mean if all of us make a mistake, you're going to blame him. Spur him on, tell him to better luck next time, and tell him to keep your head in the game. If Hector, Low, Moore, anybody, Bailey, you work with your teammates, spur them on, and tell them, listen, man, come on, we in a game. This is not any time to sleep or whatever. And just work as a unit. And things will prevail.
I am looking forward to seeing McGee play. I hope he gets to play. I am optimistic that he'll have a very, very good tournament. And I think if he plays well, we'll do well, because that means he's getting the ball in dangerous areas to dangerous players to be able to get the ball in the net. I think one of our problems has been we miss a lot of chances. Now, hopefully, people like Gray will put them away. But you have to create them in order for us to miss them. So I'm hoping that McGee has a very good tournament, and the linkage between his center midfielders and the forward line, and allow people like Bailey and Turgot and Gray to be well supplied, along obviously with the wing backs to get the ball in dangerous positions, and to create havoc for the opposition.
Marlon.
Yeah, as Cranky said, Maggie. Yeah. As we said, we've been looking for Maggie to make the step up since that qualifying for the under 20 from 2019. And I think last Gold Cup he was there, got a couple minutes. And I think it's his time now. So I'm excited to see Daniel Johnson playing in a tournament. And once he remains fit, he could be a player of the tournament as well. Blair Turgot is another player because he has that special. He has something special to offer. He's a player who goes direct at defenders with his speed and his skill set. So he's somebody I'm looking to see taking on players one-on-one. And the thing with the Suriname backline, apart from the two wing backs, the two center backs, whoever they're gonna play, you can take them for speed. They don't have any speed, right? And the thing we have to be very careful against Suriname as well. Set pieces, corner kicks, and free kick. We have to be careful because the captain is very, very strong in the air. He's very, very strong in the air, so we have to be careful on that. But I said, Coach, the first 5 minutes, because all the games that they have played, even against Canada, the first 5 minutes they came at Canada, they could have taken the lead actually 2 times in the first 10 minutes. So they tend to start off fast. So that's why I said the first 50 minutes is crucial. But as I said, Maggie, Daniel Johnson, and Turcott, I'm looking for them to have an excellent game.
Yeah, man. Well said. Big up to Katark in the building. Katark in the building, people in the comment section. Yeah, just reach Orlando. So cranky on the so have a link up, Jeremy, what
Yeah,
you say about
tomorrow link up.
player to watch, or is a team effort like others have been saying?
It's definitely a team effort, but Damian Lowe, he's someone to look out for. I want him to marshal the back line like he has always been doing. You get me? I want to see a high spirited performance from the guys. And if he and his backline stay in a low block, I'm not gonna get that. So I want him to push up the team when the team needs to be pushed up, so that we can instill a high press on this side and start to win the ball back in a good position. So Damian Lowe is gonna be a man for me in this game or in the whole tournament. You get me? His leadership quality, I really like it. So I just want him to keep on speaking while he's out there with the teammates and just talk and make us marshal this game.
This is coming from Jerry. Let us survey this point there, because I think it's a good point. Now, the few things I'm looking for are our ball progression through the thirds. So, in other words, that is how well we move the ball from the defensive third to the midfield to the attacking third. So he's saying that he wants to see how we move, the progress of how we move the ball to the thirds. Also, our attacking transition and how well we can isolate our wingers to get them the best, from them. What are your thoughts on this point?
Very good. It's very good because if we can get people into space and people drift off of people, we can get the ball into those spaces with a Leon Beal and a Turgot. They have good speed, excellent skills, and if you can create a one-on-one situation into the final third with these players, it can spell a lot of trouble for Suriname.
Okay. What you say, Marlon? Agree with that comment here?
Yeah, I definitely agree with him. I definitely agree because, as I said, we have to move the ball very, very swiftly around as well. As I said, the more aggressively you go at them, they're gonna be uncomfortable. Because we saw what Canada did, so we have to move the ball around. We cannot move the ball sideways like how we normally do. Right?
So no lateral movement.
No lateral movement. You have
Forward.
to attack forward. No sideways movement.
All right. Let us see if we could jump into the comment section and get some comments. JPS said Maggie needs to step up, man, cause just the other day Butler teaching that how to shoot. Yeah, man. JPS. I think there's a high expectation for Maggie, and definitely he should be one of the players to watch in this tournament. We do believe that he's gonna be stepping up now. I think Marlon said it's been a long time now, because from where he's coming from, one of the top youth players. So I think now is the time. Now is the time for him to really step up and deliver. Because from what we are hearing is a possibility that he might start. Still not certain on that. Still not have not gotten any final info on that, but it's a possibility. So yeah, man, we expect Maggie to step up, and if he was to come out and have an excellent tournament in it, argues well for him, going into his season, I think his confidence will be up, and certainly the Maggie that we know will be coming out, because he's a very skillful, he's a very gifted player now. You know what I mean? It's just that, I mean, possible those times weren't the time. But I believe that now is the time for Maggie. What say you, Cranky?
Well, as I mentioned before, is a player that creates a sense of excitement. People do
Mm-hmm.
want to see him, especially the ability to progress the ball. But I think he also has to bring his entire game to his defense is normally lacking, and the question is, has he become a more well-rounded player? Because you can't play
Mm-hmm.
with 10 players in defense, regardless of the offensive contribution of a player. You have to have players who are willing to make the sacrifice to play both ways. So hopefully, as I said before, we can possess the ball enough for him not to do as much defensive work because we still are not sure how well he's improved defensively. But we know he has offensive capabilities. We know he has the offensive skill set. And I expect him to be that key linkage that get the ball in dangerous positions for the Turgot, for the Baileys, and for the Grays. So I think that people have a lot of optimism and expectations for him. And as Marlon said, hopefully he produces in a manner which not only does well for us in the CONCACAF, but for him personally and for his career progression.
All right. So Neo is saying that is Speedy going to be on the right midfield? It's a question he's asking. If so, you will have a big responsibility to protect that flank when Speedy goes forward. I think that he's talking about Maggie there. So he's spot on with what you're saying, Cranky, in
But
terms of
is he talking about McGee though? Because I would expect they're going to play Hector and Daniel deep and play Maggie in front of the two of them. I know Cataract said Speedy was part of I think he said was part of the first team in training, but I would think he's going to play Hector and Daniel Johnson deep and have McGee playing in front of those two. So I'm not sure he'd be covering out wide as much as maybe right down the middle. Depends on
okay.
who he starts and what formation he plays.
All right. So all right. With that said, let us look at a possible. I just not too long ago went on the JFF website and they have a little competition, possible starting 11 and the formation that the fans think that they will be using. I'm not sure if there's a price to it, but as we have been saying, they are working, they are doing some little things, to get the fans involved, which is very important. You know what I
So
mean?
they actually have updated stuff on their website because I've been on their website. Most things
Yeah,
are
man, it's
there
on
daily.
Instagram.
Oh, it's Instagram. Okay. Not the
Instagram, yeah, man,
website.
they have been
Instagram.
very active on Instagram and the Twitter.
So will Whitmore take the winner and use that formation? Would he take the winning?
I am not sure. I didn't read it because I'm on this. I didn't read it in details. I just went through it. So Neo is saying he's making reference to Alvas Powell.
Oh, okay.
On the right. Yes, on the right.
Okay.
So yeah, man. So gentlemen, let us look at the squad. Sorry, the starting 11. Can we name a starting 11? Who do we believe that is going to be playing? I have a starting 11 now, but Marlon, we're going to be starting with you.
Well, I think we have the back four and the keeper.
Yeah. Hold
so
on.
As I said, we don't know how Taxi look when he start training recently, but as from what you're getting, Amari Bell was in the first team. But I still have a feeling with Taxi experience and going into a tournament where you want to lay down a marker for your first game. I think Taxi will be starting as a senior player. And basically, coach, that's the starting level. I guess that's the starting level all of us will basically agree on.
No, I think there were two positions we had we vacillated on. Whether it's Taxi or Bell, or whether it's Reed or
Maggie.
Yeah, I think those are the positions we didn't necessarily have a consensus on.
So it would have been Maggie here.
Yeah.
Bobby's, right?
Maggie.
Based on the intellect that Cataract gathered, and it could be a fast profit, but based on the intellect
and Taxi would be But somebody told me that Damien came on his live, you know. Big up the man them. I watch a thing, you know. Damien came on the live and said, boy, look like him going to play in the midfield. So
yeah. Well.
we're not sure if it is true.
So we have to ask Cataract. You're on Cataract. Text us something because we're very concerned about.
That will be very odd. If you're gonna use him to play, that you'll be weakening the defense right there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Damien would tell us where he's gonna play because I don't think the coach would provide that information to the opposition. I can't say him saying where he's gonna play.
But why do you think the defense will be weakening right there?
Devon, remember now, if we take Damien to put in the midfield, and he's been in the training, he's been playing centre back with basically Liam Moore. So I think they develop a chemistry in training. Mm-hmm. So if you're gonna move him out at this time now, right, whether you're gonna put Maria or Hector to play there, I think the leadership and the commanding figure that he's at the back, we'll be losing that. Yes, we know.
Hold on. But do you know what tactical move the coach wants when he puts him in the midfield? What if the coach is playing a 4-1-3-2 and defend as a 5-4-1?
As we said, I think if he does that, right? Mm-hmm. Obviously, we have the superior team, and we want to lay down a marker, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll be basically playing into Suriname right there.
I don't agree, Marlon. I think if you played Mariappa with Moore and Damien as a CDM, isn't that just as effective as playing a Hector, Moore, and Damien threesome in there? As a Mariappa, Damien more less effective than a Hector, Moore, and Damien.
Yes, Kanki. I understand, but I say it will be very, very odd for you to have them going through a week of training.
True. Right? Yeah, but Marlon, as I was saying, that if he's playing a 4-1-3-2 or even a 4-2-3-1 with Damien as the CDM, what will happen in your defense when you lose possession of the ball and you're defending? Damien will slid into the back line. One of the striker and the two will slid into the midfield and create a 5-4-1, or you can create a 1-4-4-1 defending. So Damien slid in with Moore, Mariappa slid out as a sweeper. So you don't know the tactical move the coach is going with, because he could go with that. And once they understand that and train that, then it will work. And the thing about with Damien, he can win those balls and intercept those balls before they get into the back line.
Even though I did say, didn't the coach come in and say he doesn't want to play Damien at CDM? So how is it that he want to change his position again?
Yeah,
but, he doesn't have a CDM and he's not comfortable with any CDM.
You see, Cranky, he can come out and say that, but they just went into a 9-day camp. Yeah. And in the 9-day camp, things can change.
Well, we had inside information from the mouthpiece that that's not the form he's going to play, so we're going to take that as gospel truth.
Okay.
And I'm there to report back whether or not our inside information was good or atrocious. That's what I need to. So we'll see what happens.
Well, for me, what I'll do, I would have played probably a 4-1-3-2 with the two strikers, and the reason why I am looking for goals, you know, Gray and Bowser, Gray and Corey, you know, whichever one proves effective working together. And I would play probably Daniel in the center, flanked by Bailey and Turgot. And you determine who is the CDM, either is Hector or Low. And if it's Hector or Low, I would play. If it's Hector, I play Low with Moore as a two central defender. And if it's Low, I play Murray Upper and Moore.
But Devon, in today's football, people really play with two forwards, center forwards. Secondly, your gut is your most important part of the field, which is your midfield. And frankly, we have always struggled in that area. So would you think he wants to have either a Reed, a Johnson, and or a Hector, however plays the CDM, to really shore up that middle, which is probably the weakest part of our team, to make sure he has the right level of going forward capabilities and defense, and the linkage between the defense and the forwards? Because if you play two forwards tendency normally is not to be deep in midfield, unless you're like a Hurricane type player, which didn't really work out today.
So you play them on instruction. You play them on instruction. That's when you're defending, they becomes a midfielder, so they drop in the middle of the park.
But Devon, as you know, our normal tendency as players is revert to what we know. Right? It's just like Damian Lowe playing CDM when he was playing the last game. And you see him all over the field. When most time you want a CDM to be your gut and be right in that middle of the park, cleaning up everything, spraying ball left, right. But if it's not your normal tendency, it's very difficult for you to go out, regardless of the instruction, and execute. So I think it'd be challenging for him to play two forwards. We'll see.
And also, Cranky, I believe, a player, professional player, wouldn't come out and say that he's going to be playing that position.
Actually,
I'm not certain.
If he did, coach, it's inappropriate for him to say.
Yeah, and if he did it, I also believe he probably was joking.
Yeah.
That's my.
Yeah, but is it a hearsay or something?
No, man, it was on his live stream, I heard.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so as coach, they may have been joking because he played it the last game, and that may be an expectation for people.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not appropriate for a player to come out and say where he's going to play before a game to tell the opposition, that's not appropriate.
Because they might reroute their strategy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, let's. So everybody's quite comfortable with this starting lineup.
As I said before, I'm not sure Reed will start. Even though I'd be surprised if he didn't, given his contributions to the team to date. It'd be a little bit surprising, and given his past performances, his quality. But it's possible they want to give McGee a play. And then I'd be surprised if Taxi plays. I must admit. So
this section down the diagonal, we might have problems with it. Bobby Reed and
exactly,
and Akimar Lawrence.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with Kimar playing because as you know, he is the starting left back for Jamaica from 2015, and it would be unwise. It would be unwise, even though he joined the camp late, but he was in play. He was in competitive mode. So it does not matter. He has played with that back line, maybe 3 after the personnels in the back line before. So they understand and they have a chemistry. They understand each other. And I think 100% the coach will be going with him. He is a senior player and he's also one of the leaders of the team. The coach not going to leave him on unless he's injured.
Okay. And we see Murray up on the bench. That's an interesting one also.
No, coach. Hold on. If if the coach goes with different strategy, like putting low in the midfield, you'll see Murray up on the field. But if not, then you will see him coming off the bench. And I prefer to see Adrian Mara coming off the bench 70 minutes in the game to manage with his experience, to manage that game and see us through.
Coach, which side is Bailey strongest on? On the left side or the right side?
Any side.
All right.
What I would like to see happen is him and Blake Turgot keep switching
interchanging, right?
Yeah.
Because from what we heard though, Jeremy, with that question, I think the notion is that he scores more of his goal when he's playing on the left hand side.
Correct. So this is what I'm looking at. And this is just for me. I would have played LB on the left side with Bobby Reed on the right, Gray in the head, and run Tyreek Magee in his automatic position right there. Because for right now, I kind of know what I'm gonna get from Bobby Reed. I know Blair Turgot came in and do his stuff, but honestly, it can work that way also. Because I think he's very dangerous on that left side, and Bobby is dangerous on the right hand side just the same. So that is also something that can work in our favor if we decide to change it.
You know what I'm loving here? What I'm loving is that we are not the coach, and we are having problems in picking this team. So what is going through the coach mind right now? And that means that we have options, and I love this. When you look at your bench and you see players can come off the bench and give you the same as a player who is starting, because those players are starters. As a coach, I'll be happy, man.
Yeah, and two things with this with this team. The information we got is that, remember, I had Bell and persons were saying no, because I had said that Taxi, based on what Dre asked yesterday, I would say that Taxi just came into the team and whatever, but he plays well for Jamaica as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it is. I think that final decision, because I selected this team, you know. I think it's the final decision of the court to decide. I think we, more like Devon said, would want to go with an experienced campaign as a Taxi. Yeah,
I tell you something.
I mean, you can't talking about Uber.
Just retract something. You said Kemar just came into the team. Kemar is in the team from 2015.
No,
he has
no,
been
Devon,
our
not
starting.
No,
Listen,
Devon.
whether
Don't
don't
misinterpret. I'm talking about the squad for the training camp.
Yeah, it does not matter. Listen, he could have been there the day before the game, and he will start because he is the senior player. He is on form. He plays with 3 or 4 of the back line. So there's a chemistry there. So why would you risk that to leave him out of that back line?
And I think that's a good point. But and again, on the other hand, he can look on it as he just had a long flight over there, and for injury prevention, he's gonna just let him cool for the first game or for part of the game. And
yeah, where did he play the game?
Was that?
Where did Toronto FC play?
Where did they play?
New England.
I don't know. New England.
They play New England.
That's not a long flight to go to Orlando.
3 hours.
He's not coming from England. He's not coming from England.
But regardless, Devon, regardless, whether it's a 3 hour, 2 hour, or whatever, jet lag is jet lag. You get me? We know this. You get me? So if you choose to rest him and play him in the next game, we don't have a problem with that, because I think I think Bell is more than capable of getting the job done just the same. But I understand what you say with the seniority and all of that. But player health is also important.
So Devon, you said Taxi name writing in the team sheet regardless of anything. I mean, you just sort of like the man just plays guaranteed no matter how he's playing because he's a senior
And
player. Is that what I'm hearing?
listen, as long as he is fit to go and playing well, which I know he's playing well. I watched his last game. I am not leaving him out. I would not leave, and it would be not a wise choice for the coach to leave him out, and I don't think the coach will leave him out.
Well, the consensus is saying otherwise, you know. Only a few people are saying that, but me kind of agree with Devon, because even though he came over late, when you look at the probably have 2 day session.
He came over 5 days before, or 4 days before.
He spent 4 days there, or 2 or 3 days.
No,
Sure?
he finished the last game. He took the flight after the game. The game played on the 7th, and the next morning he was at training. So he was at training on the 8th, and the game is playing tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Akeem Arise, big up yourself. Blair is more dangerous than Bobby in attack. Who believes that?
Bobby is more consistent for me.
The only thing I see with Blair over Bobby, he has a little bit more flair. But in terms of attacking going forward, I go with the Premier League player.
Bobby plays two ways. He just doesn't play one way. He plays two ways. He does his defensive duties and he plays well going forward. So.
Yeah, right. I'll go with the Premier
Blair,
League player.
Blair is gonna be depending on the left back to cover him.
Yeah.
One thing I can tell you, with a Blair Turgot coming on late, with these players tired to replace a Bobby Reid, it can be murder in the park.
All right, Devon. Ian is asking, why should Taxi start? That's one of the questions. And remember the information that we have gotten, that based on how things look, Amari and Blair Turgot are inseparable right now with the combination on that left side. So while you answer, Ian, I want you to think about that as well.
Listen, I can go on again that Taxi is the senior player in the team. He's the player with most cap for his Jamaica national team. He's fit. He's coming off a good game. And as long as all those things are in place, as a coach, I think I would start him. It does not matter what people thinks. I'm doing it for the team, for the benefit of the team. And this is the reason why I would start him.
All right, big up Mr. Dimension. But the next part of the question, Devon, there seemed to be an ongoing link up between Blair and Amar. How would you, well, you're a coach, how would you deal with a scenario like that?
Well, okay. There's no two games that you play the same way, players play the same way. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna get the same link up tomorrow in a Suriname game that happened in the Japan game or previous game. Okay, because no team play the same way consecutively. But I would go with, and I will stress it, with the senior player. He's been there. He's played in CONCACAF most of his career. He knows the ups and downs in CONCACAF. The heat factor can be detrimental. We haven't seen Amari Bell play in CONCACAF yet. We don't know, and you know how these players are in CONCACAF. Rough, rugged, robust. We don't know if he can live up to that battle yet. We have to see him first, but I go into the first game. I would not play him in the first game or start him in the first game.
So do we believe that Tax is a much better player than Amari Bell? And Devon, I don't think there's anything tougher than playing League One, League Two, and Championship football. Period. So I understand the whole concept of saying CONCACAF is tough, but when you're getting kicked 24/7 in those leagues, this is not Premier League where they protect you. You're not going to protect you in the lower leagues in England.
Well, let me ask this question because Devon, you made mention of the whole taxi situation, but there is another scenario where it's a possibility that our over 50 cap player won't start. It's a possibility in Adrian Mariappa.
Yeah, but
and he's one of the senior super seniors.
Has he ever not started? I'm trying to recall.
That's a question I want to push forward, Cranky. You asked that question. Yeah. If there was it's a case where Mariappa has never started in the over 50 games that he has played for Jamaica.
You know what? To recall, I don't know. I think he probably has started all the games he played.
That's the thing.
I'm not sure. Maybe only if he had some injuries. I don't. I can't recall.
So once he comes and it's a game, he has to start. But is the situation a little bit different now for him? And is it a little bit different for Taxi as well?
It might be a little bit different for Adrian because he will still play a part in the tournament. You know, because of what he brings. You know, but the only thing I think people says age. I think the pace has left him a little bit, not a whole lot. But I still feel he is at that stage that he can perform well in this World Cup. You know, and it's good to have a senior player like that on the bench to talk to some of these players because he has been there. And when his number call, he will step up. He will definitely step up.
But has Mariappa really have bad games for Jamaica? Because even when the US beat us 4-1, and I know Des ran rampant on his side of the field, but he still was crossing the ball and it still looked.
Yeah,
has he really had any bad games for Jamaica ever, frankly?
He's a fantastic player.
Yeah.
He's a fantastic player.
But I think we're not giving him his due because we talk around him, right? When we talk about the 4 players in the team, we talk about Taxi being a guaranteed starter. We just disregard Mariappa as if, he's a nice to have.
We are not disregarding him, you know. We are preserving him because of his age, and we want him. Listen, and we want him. Hold on, no. We want him. We, as a matter of fact, we need him in this World Cup campaign. It's 14 games. Okay, so we have to protect him. We have to preserve him because coming down the stretch, he's gonna be critical.
What has Alvarez done to start over Mariappa?
Younger legs.
We can't use younger legs as a criteria. It's performance based. So
listen,
no age discrimination. No age discrimination. It's about who's producing.
No, I'm not.
Play.
As I said, listen. As I said, the boss the boss will play a part, and love him to death because he ever turn up and show up for Jamaica, and he plays with his heart. But I would like to preserve him a little bit for the World Cup qualifiers because we're gonna need him. We are going to need him.
Yeah, but Devon is especially Taxi is first since Taxi been in national team. He's getting competition for that left back spot.
And that's
So
good.
and that's really really good.
That is
And
very
regarding
good.
to Mariapa is always a starter because remember even in the Copa America when Hector came in, it was
Mm-hmm.
Hector and Big West was playing centre back, and he went and played right back, and he carried that right back from Copa America, went into the Gold Cup and performed very well. Remember Alvas was there until Alvas left the camp, so he's not getting in the game. So he's basically been, if not a centre back, he's been a right back. But Taxi always have that luxury, right? But as I said, two Copa America, 3 Gold Cup, he has performed very well. So I think with the experience and so, but my question is this still, and am I thinking? I think Amari Bell has played 2 games with Turgot and Liam Moore as centre back, and I think those couple days before Taxi joined the team, I think they might develop some form of chemistry there, right? So I think that, but I think that might be something to think about. But I think moving forward, still Taxi will be the man there. Even if Amari Bell start this game tomorrow, but I think in the long run, Taxi will be the left back.
Yeah, man. Question on the screen there from Teddy Lee. Should Damian Lowe Damian Mariapa should partner Damian Lowe and push Liam Moore into CDM? I think it's a good idea, but I mean, I don't think the coaching staff will be doing that.
Listen.
Let me touch on this, Evan.
It's
how many games has Liam Moore played as a CDM by himself?
It's not more than 10.
Huh? No,
it's more than 10.
The game he has played as CDM, he step in the midfield when Josh Lauren came off the field. He didn't start as a CDM. So we have to bear this thing in mind. You're gonna start in a position and you expect to cover so many grounds. Remember, CDM is an engine part of the team, right? You have to know when to go in the attack, right? To pick up all these gaps on these channels when the wing backs they overlap. So it's not, yes, he can do the job, but he's not out of our CDM. So as I said, he might do it already for his team, but he's not out of our CDM.
Let me ask a question here. Let me ask a question. And I'm thinking as a coach. You have 3 central defenders in a tournament. Would you start all 3 of them in a game, regardless of the position they play?
You have 4 central defenders in the tournament.
Okay, hold on. One of them is basically a utility player that's gonna play CDM and eventually probably floats into the central defense position. But you have 3 that is listed as central defense: Damian Lowe, Liam Moore, Adrian Marapa. Would you start all 3 of them in a game, risking if there is any form of injuries? What do you do? What do you avert to?
But Devon, the utility player you talk about, his natural position is playing centre back, isn't it?
I understand.
And he plays for a Premier League team, doesn't he?
I understand. But how many games has he played at central defense for Jamaica with Lowe, with Adrian, Okay. And I'm gonna ask the question again. If you have Low, Moore, Adrian Mara, would you start all three of them in a game?
Never know. And this is a one-off game. If it's a
And get
tournament, I will never.
and
If it's a
absolutely.
one-off
Thank
game,
you very much. I would
for a
not,
tournament, I will never do that.
because in this heat, and what's going on, and the ruggedness and the lot of running in these games, what if somebody start cramping up? What if somebody, got some form of injury? What do you do?
What position is Fisher listed as?
Right back.
And
He's
he
right
can
back.
play left back.
And he can play left back.
Okay. Well,
So
I don't think
so
we have
this is the
four.
reason
I don't think we
why
have
I
four.
wouldn't,
I don't think we have
I
four.
would
I think
leave
we
the
have four,
boss.
not three. I have four. I think we have four, not three.
I would leave the boss on the bench to come on and help us to see games through, to manage games.
If I'm the boss and I think I have the capability to play, I love how people like to put the more seasoned, I'm going to use the word seasoned, older players on the bench. I think they should just accept it, digest it, and it's a very good thing. If you're playing well and you deserve to start, you should start, regardless of age. Just like we say, Saka today probably shouldn't play because take a penalty because he was 19. Even though if you're playing for a Premier League team, you're playing for your country in front of those crowds, it does beg the question as to are you really 19 anymore? Why are we saying an older player should sit on the bench and be a cheerleader versus go and play when he's always performed and he's
He's,
never been benched before?
he's not gonna be a cheerleader. At some
But
point
if
in
you put him on
time,
the
he's
bench, he's
gonna
a
play.
cheerleader. But Devon, you put him on the bench, a cheerleader. But we don't want Taxi on the bench to be a cheerleader, but we want Warrior to be a cheerleader. How does that work? We're
He's not.
guaranteed Taxi a spot because we're saying he's a cap player, he's seasoned and he's playing well. We said Mariappa is playing well, he's a cap player, he's not play a bad game for Jamaica, but he should be on the bench. Isn't that a double standard, Devon?
But Cranky, it's 11 players can play.
I agree.
You can't play. You can't play all of them.
That's why Taxi should be on the bench and make better play. But
Is
anyway,
is that a true exclusive on the board?
Mr. Special Low is playing midfield. So if the person thinks Low is playing midfield, so who are the other 10 players playing with him?
Who is Mr. Special Edition? Declare yourself.
Coach and the family.
Big up yourself, Cataract.
Kevin,
Man say, come on in about.
You coming, I'm leaving.
Listen, I got draw my sorrows and then hard drive coach. So, but there now we can see the stadium from over there. Yeah. So we can smell the coffee.
Yeah.
So the time and listen. Yeah. I hear the other voices. Yeah. It just one have a good Miss Cleo, but just one thing. For sure. Speedy Williams starting over my collector. And after that, everything that is as close as when the people over the fence we can tell. That's like it.
So Taxi hold on in spot. The whole debate was about Taxi.
Game time decision. That's what.
Hmm?
Game time decision.
Okay.
Game time decision. Really close.
Is he injured?
Injured? No.
Yeah, it can be a game time decision.
No, but
a game time decision is for players who have niggling injuries.
Are you protecting them? So the term that Cataract uses is incorrect.
Yeah, it can be a game time decision.
Coaching staff are locked in dialogue about the left back position. And it's a game day decision. It's a game day decision. We made on the day.
So is that saying Mariappa is on the bench? I want to hear this one.
Yes.
He is, okay. Interesting.
Mariappa has not been in the starting 11 since the start of the training camp. Look at this again.
Has Bobby Reed been in the starting 11 since the start of training camp?
No,
Okay.
no. And why I think that is instructive, coach, is that the Daniel Johnson was recovering from an injury, and a lot of physiotherapy or attention from team doctors after each session, and yet he continued to be in the starting 11. So that's a bit instructive to me. But remember, these matches can fast, and injuries can happen. You know, so and they might, but I'm understanding there might be a different strategy for Suriname as opposed to Costa Rica.
Yeah, man. I would think so.
So cataract. Is this a niggling injuries or from the injury that he got when he sits out a few games at the end of the season?
You know they're not going to tell me. You know they're not going to tell me that, and it's incredible. So I'm not going to say that. I'm saying
Okay.
he's carrying heavy bandage, but I would say he's playing through the pain. You understand? That's a coach. The thing look like people said soupy I get splash out. like when you buy a supermarket and like a paper cup at the dash and ground. And that's what happened to some side. These players are showing a level of commitment that I think what we were looking for. That's not to say that the previous imported or the previous British born Jamaicans didn't have a commitment. Players like, Giles Barnes and, Campbell Rice. A lot of them I will salute them, but this is some real gritty commitment. But they have been very impressed with Daniel Johnson in training. I have to tell you that. And so the thing looks set.
DJ Abala, man. So the story that is going around that Damian Lowe will be playing in the center of the park is a prank.
I don't know, but it's on the gossip channel.
Somebody asking why Speedy started.
Cataract, minor cataract.
Cataract. That's so
to come to fruition.
That's so cataract.
Nice. Coach, the coaches, this is a credible channel, and we have eyes for the thing. We don't want to go over to Reggae Boyz commentary, see the short videos of the training. Maybe someone don't really know the side, That's why them talk. So. Let me help you. Damian Lowe is the brother that is playing in the center back. Maybe they don't know the player, coach. Maybe such man don't know the player. So it confused them. You understand? Learn about the side, man. Pick a side. Rather than the Dutch people even talk. Dutch. But our side, Damian Lowe is playing in the center back. Wearing the captain's armband. That's what I think.
All right, we have a look to history here on. Huh?
Prescott asked a question how Speedy looks.
Oh, go on now.
Look here. I don't think Speedy is playing CDM. I think more playing
probably center midfield.
And I think they've just done with two central midfielders. Just in the back line. Which worries me, the soft underbelly, right? It's not easy looking bad, but it's not a natural position for him to be round there doing the defensive work. So he's trying to get up to speed. Let me put it that way. He's trying to get up to speed. It can't fault his effort. Can't fault the effort, you know?
Yeah, coach.
That he's trying to learn.
Hey, coach. We have been looking for Kettler for the last 3 days, and he has left us. I'm not sure where he is. Coach, the amount of euphemism Kettler is using, euphemism galore, method of coach. And if that person is very direct, there's no ambiguity in how he speaks.
Yeah.
So this person is good, and this one is not good. I saw him talk all the time, and I'm not managing the English language. I saw him talk, him no good. Now he says he's not up to speed. He needs to. He needs to reposition. He needs to
up to speed.
Cranky.
And coach,
Cranky.
the emphasis on the words are they very more mild. It's very much more mellow.
Mm-hmm. We baptize him, man.
Cranky.
No, somebody give him something. Him get something.
Cranky. Are you saying in a few days he went through a transformation?
Yeah, man.
More than a transformation, I don't know what.
Cranky, remember I said it, hello.
We know say Brian money show a nice money for the thing. Brian family, why you sharp to 1 cent, brother? But coach, if I block out my face, coach. What? That's all the people that see when they are being shot. Coach, look here, I'm a part of the political party headed by Michael.
Yeah, very obvious.
I am showing the party line and I am reading from the talking points.
Hey, coach, I try to get access here, coach.
Seriously.
So we can manage say every word we say, I try to get access. Access we can manage here, say, no. Love access. Love access.
Hold on.
I hear you, brother. I hear you.
No, but on a serious note, coach, the man think I block up my face. Why people didn't see me on that?
Hold on. Let me just move there's something that is screen. But more you answer a question where Ian answer.
I'm going to answer the question. I'm going to say to you.
Oh, okay.
What we saw in the Japan game where he was giving away the ball a lot, being like a mini Michael Hector. That's not evident in the training. So he has been working on a thing, clearly. So that's a big amount. Set speed into me.
And Cataract, to be fair to Speedy, I don't think he has ever in his lifetime come under that type of pressure, a high press play in a mid-range position. So we have to be fair and give him that. I think it's the first time coming against Japan.
I don't really do fear because you get a job for you have to do the job.
Yeah.
Is that maybe he has listened to the critique. He's a bit more careful with the ball. The headphones them there, brother, but what me come from part of the vehicle and come up and shut up several flights and come to the top floor and so. Empty out the van yet. But if they can't hear me chop and go feed in that car. Coach, so I'm saying he's trying, and you have to acknowledge that in terms of addressing the deficiency in a role for which he's unfamiliar. Bossy. Keep telling me again, people in Jamaica and JFF, see them work on easy work. What I do right now is like when I get it Tyler and tell him to fix the plumbing. You understand?
Welcome back, Cataract.
You understand? No, they might tell the Tyler to fix the electric shock. I don't know, coach. I can't tell you whether the wire them have a short out. But I tell you, say Tyler, I think,
Yeah.
Where's Cranky? Is he gone?
You know, the surfing ticket from GPS. You know, like when they have to pass through and approve your house. No, we can approve it. See them is a problem.
But look at the matchups that would have had with Suriname over the years. I think it's 4 of them. 2-0, 1-0, 1-0, and we lost 3-1 to them.
Goal. Oh, the keepers.
We would have never beaten them more than 2 goals. Will tomorrow be that time?
I don't think it's that time. competition is a different kind of thing, you know, from
It's a different thing.
All I need is one goal.
No,
And
I
I'm
think
happy.
I was saying one goal for England, and I live to eat my words. So I'm not gonna one goal thing with the man, brother. And next man chop up in both. So I am thinking that I'm looking based on what I see in training. I'm looking for Blair Turner to open his account, and I'm looking for Andre Blair to open his account. And when you get to that kind of scoreline, the other team can either decide that they want to cry for mercy and just when I have dog at that place them, you know they have bus down there, you know. You know they have some donkey cart. They can decide to park the donkey cart. Like when they have a Panama River. Only for donkey cart they don't know enough coach. You want some donkey, ass cart, a draw the cart, you take them. You know about to the place for them. So they can park the donkey cart coach and decide to them all just eat grass and keep it respectable. But if they should ever try to get bright and say them going to chase the game, which would leave space for Leon Bailey to exploit with pace, then there'll be a problem. One done. I hear people keep saying this thing that people perform in training and when it comes to when it forward like game time and different thing. So what you want the people to do? Train
If you assimilate, you can't train poorly and expect to perform better than how you train.
There are very few players, and those players are elite footballers that not do nothing in a training and come match day. 90% of footballers is what you do in training is what you produce on match day.
Of course, assimilation, muscle memory.
When I'm not sure what you're buying, what I'm selling. I'm not going. When I sell nothing.
It's time say you're not ice here.
I say, brother. No,
Jay, welcome, Jay.
I'm just saying to you that I'm being honest because you know something that's savage critic, you know. But there's a different and I don't know if it's the Paul Hall effect, but there's a different level of intensity.
Love that.
I don't know if it's the Paul Hall effect. Right?
Big up panelists then. Big up Cataract.
Big up Jay.
Mr. Devon, Marlon.
Yeah, man. Respect Jay.
Yeah, man. Big up yourself. See you around for our next show there now.
Yeah, man. I put in the work, you know. Promotion. I put in the work. Build your brand, you know.
Yeah, man. Do it, man. Do it. Yeah, man. We jump on and see it and just spend a little 5 and then we cut out, you know.
Yeah, man. You give your strength and got you. You don't know it.
So how it go though?
So I look for the preview still. Probably
all right, just give me your preview on the game then, no?
All right, so I'm gonna do the game tomorrow, see it live and direct. But we drop our 11 over the on them, which more is consistent with the level where we dropped over us upon our show the other night. I know Cataract say Bell has been playing consistently in training because the late arrival of Taxi, that's understandable, but me have Taxi in my 11 to face against Suriname come tomorrow. Alvas have him on the right, starting also.
The same thing that they dream. I was going to say the last little piece of me get from the come on Orlando.
Yeah, this look like it.
It's a game day decision with Taxi because they both players seem to be pleasing the eye of the coach. So it's a nice decision to have, you know. Both are dealing with it. So I wouldn't be as hard and fast as I was on Friday, from what I was told from credible sources.
Most recently, when today?
Yeah, today.
All right. So the back line, I agree with the back line there. The midfield, I actually don't have Speedy starting versus Suriname.
Well, that's a different.
Yeah. So and then
Who you had? You had Hector.
we have Hector next to
Yeah.
DJ.
Yeah, we did have that,
But this
based on what Cataract tell me, that's why we change it.
Okay.
Not what I expect. I mean, anything can happen, but the Speedy continue to hold on his pace after being substituted in, and Hector hasn't made it back into the starting 11 in the squad matches, in the 11v11.
So that's today's training.
Oh man, remember they were that training yesterday, but we wouldn't see it.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So according to your ever reliable sources, that's what's going on.
I know one or two.
They don't know thing them large, So we have to have
they come back and
confirm.
Right? So
It
can be a tactical decision, based on what they say or whatever. But this here, because this did before me, I just one change will come make and put Speedy. I come to my thing as tapper and put Speedy in. So yeah.
So when it comes down to it, so up top there's it looks like the majority of the man them say Andre Gregg will get the nod come game day, but me did have Corey Burke up there still. Based on the latest, what me did that year, which is I don't know what going on training yesterday and today. So Friday morning that is the latest in the year. So me did have Corey Burke up top. And then the middle of the park. Come game day, I believe top I will go with Proven. And the Premier League ball I will get the nod come game day. But I believe Maggie will get the early introduction.
Dre, hold your thought.
Yeah.
If a player break into goal and the defender, he beats the defender.
Hold on, I'm not hearing nothing. On the boat?
And the defender chase him down and grab him, collar, and grab him by the collar and pull him down. Isn't that a red card?
Yeah.
That's a red. Yeah.
Is he the
last defender? Yeah, it's on the last man. Yeah.
Check. Understand this.
Will not hear me?
No, I tell him to hold his start.
But me not hear the panelists then.
Well, we are hear you.
Coach, we are hear each other and we are hear you.
Yeah.
Dre,
remove yourself and come back in again, Coach.
Dre, you're making a point and I was following you, so I want to follow you clearly.
I lose the thought like the Marlon said. Throw me out. Because same time think that the Messi dribble yesterday where Messi beat about 3 man and then push it to the last defender legs. And him get foul. And the defender get a yellow card instead of a red card. So that come to mind. Books a while ago our coach does throw me off again a while ago still. But yeah. So up top needed have Corey Burke based on the latest information I was getting out of training. And that was Friday. So I don't know what go on. I haven't inquired about anything what go on yesterday and this morning still. We only been to watch the clippings and I get ready and I get some things in order.
Alright, so Corey Burke would have been leading the line up to end of play Friday. But at the second 11, Andre Gray, if you can see some of my thing, they are busting it regularly. But he never went over to the starting 11. Then just blow off in this and end the training. Right? So you are correct. And your sources are correct that Corey Burke was leading the line. So I would love Ballaker. The one I think I love a man for the bar. Either come by the program and tell you your source. Or a man just a chat out a man there like man. Didn't know how you get shaman because we did a side I tell you say in our work. And the man just a joke me, bouncer. You think and the name I do this dog. And the name I do this. Corey Burke if it was down to whatever, Corey Burke can lead the line over Bosa.
It's a good thing to have such a stiff competition up front. No white to thing competition.
No.
Very competitive strike force, you know.
It's not competitive. Burke, and I don't know where East was before he went West. You understand? You can see the levels to the thing down. You can see the levels to the thing. And
Big up East for him there still. He's a good team player. Big up yourself, East. Anyway, there. Big up yourself.
Thank you for that tip. This is 2018, but when they are 2021 now.
You not hear me?
Yes, we are here.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, go now, coach.
Yeah, here we are right now.
Yeah, man, I hear you clearly now.
All right, me just gonna tell us a circle again.
Totally agree with that Burke can come on if there's a need to change up the formation. That's right, because they've been trying two main formations as we tell you. You understand? So if we go with 4-4-2, let me say Curry Burke and play alongside Andrew. Right? That's a 3 something. You know? I don't see them being brave and putting I don't know. I don't see that here.
Coach, we can get a shout out real quick.
Yeah, man.
So people, I drop my 11, I'm gonna break it down. I do a review of the match tomorrow. So after coach's death, I'm gonna drop the video and free it up so they can go over the channel and check it out. See my reasoning behind my 11 still.
Yeah,
Short
man.
preview of the game tomorrow.
Yeah, man, big up. So people can go over and check out Dre anyway. We're not stay long tonight, you know. We think we're gonna shut it down early because we have the watch along for the tomorrow. You know what I mean? We just before we close up though, we can look at the.
You know, so every time you say you are shut down early, people get paid for you. Remember that thing?
No, I put it in the comment section long time, you know, Qatar. 2:38 right now.
They're shot the people that time.
Yeah, but remember we have a day tomorrow, you know, so we can't because we are running from the weekend. What do you call it? Quadruple treat tomorrow, you know.
Quadruple it.
Yeah, so yeah, man. We just want to hear the predictions from the men them in terms of the game tomorrow. What prediction are you giving? Starting with Marlon. I want some prediction dropping in the comment section as well.
3-0.
All right,
Andre Gray, Daniel Johnson, free kick, and Bailey top it off.
All right. Cataract.
First class of the program done. Poochie Chocho wrong a max fee. That damn. Total. That's a blue turgot and Andre Gray.
And
Andre Gray.
Okay, cool.
I wouldn't be surprised if Suriname were to score one, take advantage of the weakness in the middle, but I can't see them taking two. So that's 3 points to Jamaica. One that open up. That's the team there. Mara splash by over this Orlando. Trouble today.
All right, Jerry.
My prediction, believe said we're gonna win by 3-0. I'm gonna say Suriname break with backline. So 3-0. I just can't say Daniel Johnson gonna get up on the score sheet some way, shape or form, whether it be from a penalty or a free kick. Believe that Daniel Johnson will continue and score another game after Jamaica. But we don't know where the other 2 goals are going to come from. But we're just confident that we're going to dominate in the attack and come out with 3 goals.
All right. Devon. Devon.
You not hearing me?
Yeah, we just are here now.
3-1. Leon Bailey, Turgot, and Gray.
All right. So people them are coming at the comment section with their prediction. 2-0. Balakara says 6 in a cataract.
You're ambitious.
That's pretty in line with the thing. And I suppose that Boza will be scoring 5. People, well, anytime Jamaican gather, you must have a one mad man, you know. Yeah, one mad man.
Balakar.
Balakar. Yeah, one mad man, bro.
Hey. All right, we see some 2-0. I'm run through there's something of them front people. How would that jump off? Oh, Marlon internet I give problem. I don't know how I keep up with the game. You know. Ryan, big up yourself. Welcome. We're not here, Ryan.
Hear me?
Yeah, we're here now.
Yeah, man, my phone and give me a problem, bridging. Phone and freeze up, bridging. It's an old phone this me I use, so. If we wait till tomorrow, I'm go and get it fixed. But I see a few people down in the comment section that link me, call me today. I see it, but I can't hit a freeze, can't answer.
Ryan, a network problem.
You have that problem there too?
No, me have a different provider. Remember you tell me you have Bell?
Yeah.
I think a network problem. Call them and find out.
Alright. Yeah, so I go on panel. Good night, gentlemen. Just reach a work. Jump on.
Yeah, man. Good night, man.
Good to see everybody look happy.
Yeah, man. So what are your prediction for the game tomorrow?
3-0 them I get, man.
Straight.
3-0, man. I have to deal with them, Bridget. Can't build up the hype on that game and flap in a Bridget.
We're not a flap, man. We're not a flap. Yeah, you know, even if we get a point out of the game, it's not a flap. Because it's a tournament.
Of course, your granny never tell you to root the point.
Huh?
Enough point at people. Your granny never tell you enough to point at people.
No, my granny never tell me that one there. But that one the lodge in a database now.
I get box and kicking. Yeah, no, me have to listen. Both teeth get these with a St. Mary. This is my thing there.
Cataract.
But
Me know you have your laptop with the selection. You can't play 2 tunes for them tomorrow before they want to play.
No, I say GFF no move right. I like playing down them for those Cataract is the original song with me go in there and put that up. Deep in the head. Everybody run out of stadium.
No, man, me not predict a draw, man. My prediction, Shatter. Jamaica 2, Suriname 0. No prediction and no draw.
Who is the scorers for you, coach?
Because we are not artists. I look on Gray. I look on Gray and something there, you know. And the ball of the name, midfield general there, DJ.
Okay.
We need goals, coach. Jamaica don't score a lot of goals. We need goals that are going to make us win. We need goals. One goal not going to help us.
So that's why I said 2-0.
Yeah, that's not a bad.
Yeah, man, but in the past, you know, Ryan, in the past, you know, we have not beaten Suriname more than 2 goals, you know, and they have beaten us 3-1 before. So on 4 times occasions we met, and
6 times.
Oh, you know, I mean, 6 times.
6 times. 6 times enemy.
We did have a 1-1 draw too, no?
I don't remember the scoreline, but a 6 times enemy. We think we win 4, they win 1 and 1 draw, something like that.
Yeah. You're right about that. But I don't think we have scored 4 more than 2 goals against them.
Yeah, a long time we don't score 3 goals. look for our record. We don't score a lot of goals.
Yeah. So with this team, we hope that this team can put on a show. Feel man like Dre and Cataract and the rest of man them Cranky and the people them we have a jump cross in Orlando, Mark and the whole crew. We hope them can put on a show for the man them, you know?
Yeah, well, I love to see that, man.
Cataract, you bring the drum, Cataract.
For this side of it, for fresh card, I tell you something. I like it
Cataract.
like I like the game like I like my girls. No draws. You understand? No draws.
Win.
Yeah, man.
We're not artists. We're not an artist thing.
Yeah, man.
Cataract, you bring the drum.
The jump?
Yeah.
He's not a cheerleader, brother. He's telling my position. Okay.
Yeah, but remember, so only used to beat the big drum them and I stadium.
I mean, they bring the 50 girl them in I stadium. You know? I mean, they bring the cheerleader them in I thing and the man they run me up. I feel that for the next. Yep. Well, I feel, brother, I don't know from the side of them. 2 posts about a girl. Nice, put the brown in there, man.
Hey, anyway, that make sure you don't make Cataract get no board, you know.
Well, keep board clear, Cataract.
Yeah, man, all board. 2 before, 2 be 1, 6 before, 4, all of them. Hey, Cataract. Neo say Cranky on fi ensure so on take pictures and videos and them thing and send so the people them can see what go on. We load it up on the channel.
But here they can't keep it ball at all. They can't make 3 passes.
Like when it start, but when the thing in my heart, I think, brother, and the thing busting up my head.
You forgot about all of them something they do.
Yeah. Man. I like come here that up to England now. And the man must say no black in the Union Jack. So all of them money I see for the fence. You know what? About black people for here. We go for the England Forum, the man then deal with Jamaica them billions. Man they said no black in the Union Jack. So look for a nice pearly white team. All them man them they are football and sit down for it.
Yeah, Cataract. Blood to Sterling when we wake up. I ask my wife for the score because I go sleep when half time. And she tell me say Sterling didn't kick any penalty. I said to her, so glad because they had tear me apart.
Yeah, but but this is not the time. But I think that I don't know. Southgate had a moment of madness because
Crazy.
I can't see how Sterling doesn't take a penalty, and I can't see how Jack Grealish doesn't take a penalty. Jack Grealish is a dead ball specialist.
But Cataract, 19 seconds left in the whole match. The man put on substitute.
But them
2 players.
But them
Hold on, man. 2 players we can take penalty. And in the whole tournament, 1 player 97 minutes and 1 player 84 minutes. And them no factor in this game. When they come on in the 19th second, they not touch the ball once. So they come on cool. And you make them take a penalty. That's a guy so get licking in.
But there was a soccer guy, you can't send a boy to do a man shop.
Yeah, and then him not something that you send the second youngest player.
Mash up the youth career.
At the team. Well, on man. If you look online and the amount of racist comment are going with the 3 black youth, it's unbelievable. It's sad.
Them tell us no black in the Union Jack.
You understand? And then not only that, the English man them before them just wipe them tears and go over them yard. Them a beat up the Italian them.
Yeah, me see that video there.
I kick them down and I beat them up. You understand me? I say, go beat up Southgate.
They start back with the game.
Hold on, man. Go beat up Southgate and him causing us to lose the game.
What
Man,
was really funny,
them
sir?
go and gate Devon go block it off and does any man a step through. A PA kick and back.
Pure
But
kick
coach,
and lick, you know, man.
coach, when you look on the team, when you seriously, Bridget, when you look at some of the experienced player in the team, why not step up? This is the time when the experienced player them for step up.
Man, them afraid.
Yeah, all of them just leave it for the little young kids, them, Bridget.
But let me tell you when we know the thing was a problem. From me see Harry Maguire take the second kick. We know say it was a problem because that means that some people are take with themselves out of this. You know,
Yeah.
Luke Shaw them man they say, the left footed penalty code. Pass this.
But me surprised Maguire scored now.
But,
you know
but
say a problem.
yeah, me like what the defender did it. Defender just kicky hard.
Evan, I'm surprised. I'm looking go over a bar. I'm looking go nice tennis.
All the camera disturbing now.
They will
He
laugh
may be
about
confident
it.
enough.
But two things I say.
Sancho they look confident.
Owen. Suriname is not a rival to Jamaica. No deal. Not even never make it on the octagon can be our rival. Trinidad and USA are the two rivals to Jamaica. That's all me see. Big bad as here. But it's long time England have been telling us. We know so some beating they are going for the man the pizza man them, you know. You understand? Right now, if a man deliver Domino's pizza about waiting now. If you work a pizza out there again, that me I tell you. The way the man index. But I don't think. So me I said, coach, not take this.
Owen, I know you Katara, Ian him for say.
What Owen said that Suriname is a rival.
Where?
So go back and read what Owen said.
I that on the screen.
Michael, you come late.
Yes. This is a rival where we need to silence.
I know Owen that, Ian that. That's why
Ian,
Owen I say.
Sorry, Owen.
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
Owen. All tight. But yeah, also the need for a very tall goalkeeper was highlighted. But then he still have to go buy some high heel shoe. If any time should come. Little short thing now work again, bro.
We have enough tall goalkeeper, man.
Man reach a far so what it means for Jamaica. I just wanted to take a couple minutes, coach, and I think Ivan Toney, you get knocked with the penalty. Like when the penalty lick the bar, I saw your England career lick the bar. Because the man don't want to see no more black people on him side. Big woman thing.
Oh.
No Irish, no doubt.
Yet he can't score. Watch out. Jeez, sorry, gentlemen. Yet he can't pull the trigger.
Well, USA the second of the group now. So the goal difference start from now.
What's the
Yet if he equalize.
Yet he equalize?
No, they should equalize.
Oh.
So USA are leading 1-0?
It's done.
That's the game? 1-0?
1-0.
Yeah, Jason Ferron, Calvin Lewis never took the pitch, and Calvin Lewis takes penalties sometimes for Everton. So I don't know. But may I tell you, the man that look on the outside and look in, it don't look good for you. Believe you me. Patrick,
me I go running now. Before me
Ryan, no run. Don't run, Ryan.
Before me leave Cataract, it's a penalty is a thing of bridging. Me I tell you one time I play JC Excelsior JC semi-final up a Constant Spring. We have an excellent game. And the man must say, yo, Capo go take it. Bridging. You send me leave from out of my 18-yard box and reach at the center circle, Bridging. I feel something coming on my belly and my stomach with it. A piece of feeling catch me there. I couldn't get the penalty. Nervous with that. So, to see them man in a big moment like this and play semi-final, I'm going to kick a penalty from the team. Yo, me I trim you. Imagine them man them look young youth are 19 at the time you're 19. You know that can affect your budget.
You're rough, man. Penalty are really lottery. You don't really have a sure. But
No, nothing's not short. But you know what? If you practice for the thing, you know what you do. The problem I find with the Englishman them, Donnarumma scare them, man. That boy is big.
Big enough.
and it frightened them because they were trying to be too fine with the ball. You know? Penalty or something. Remember when I grew up, we used to watch a little thing with Pele used to put on Saturday. Every Saturday.
Look a bit, guys.
You know? And when he was showing you how to take penalty, I want thing him say, hit for the corner, hit it hard. I don't know if ever change. But we see the money I try to angle goal kick. Run up and lick it hard and you know what happened.
Hey, the little skip and stutter thing when them do. I hate it. I never see something I hate so.
But Devon and Marlon, then talk about with Old Trafford ball was a penalty, man, you know.
Harry Maguire.
No, man. Our name Fernand.
Fernandez. But guess what? Remember, no, what Bruno do now? Bruno happen now. And wait for the keeper.
No, man, I not talk about how him take it. Me I say people are talk about be a penalty him score and all of them stuff. Now, you saw penalty is very vital and hard to score.
It no matter.
You saw penalty hard to score?
Coach, look, Copa America semi-final. Yes, look at Martinez. Martinez look on my man there. I know me and I say, yes, so you kick the ball. I see you look nervous. You're gonna kick it here and you're gonna save it. And that's the same thing, man, do. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
And let me tell you something too. You see the goalkeepers them, you think they don't study play them and know where they can kick penalty too. You don't stay there. The goalkeeper they know.
Remember say a goalkeeping coach, you know. Yeah, goalkeeping coach just decide strong side. Most of the penalty kick center. Most of the penalty in go left. So the man analyze everything.
But remember is some mayor wicked echo, and then if a true coach might get a true coach to get a go. But coach, I remember my cousin tell me, you know. So when you take a penalty and when you walk up and put the ball down on the spot, everything look okay. You see when you turn and walk and go back.
Different look you get.
You see when you go and look for the run up.
You see a monster.
Him say goal gets small and the keeper gets big.
Yeah, man.
And then what happens when I run up, him say, why a lot of people stop and stutter? Your mind start play tricks. Him say,
yeah, man.
One time I go to take a penalty, you know. And when he turns to run up and them and run people, and when he about to connect with the ball, the whole goal post down. You know, see the goal.
Man. So Cataracts, it is like cricket, you know. When the batsman them beat the ball, you know. And the bowler could have be best bowler in the world. You see, once I find farm, the ball, the pace bowler come in with, you know, it look like a football, you know. Anyway, going can see it and beat it, you know. So I see him thing, the penalty give you a little nerves there, boy, when you turn over and see a big old man in the goal. So.
You have to have confidence.
Yeah, man.
You cannot change what you plan. Whatever you're doing in training, you cannot change it. You just have to. And he used to say to me, you kick it hard and kick it down the middle. Anything else, ain't that work. But I think it's gonna be a good day, you know. But let's hope no injury. Hope, you know, that everything works to the thing, you know. Just guide the thing. Just guide the thing, you know, because you have to need some of that in our head too, you know. So
yeah, man.
Yeah, man, they were fast and pray, and go and fast and pray, you know. And we will eat the pork. Yeah, man, we go and well, jerk pork and one Jamaican restaurant and see the thing. You understand? You look. Why the people in the comment section, they have a vibes, man, because some team have a vibes. JF, if you know us, if you bring the man, bring the sound, on my laptop, you know, man. Plug in and date some job and thing and make it place nice. You know, them not doing something. And then the car park, we could have do it. Bring one car some.
Hey, Coach Karumi has a Ryan give away a match. And I come attack for coach's desk. When can go take penalty? Ryan, coach a beat you know. Your former coach. Man, that statement are true. Akil plays. Big up yourself. Trinidad look good. I think they got a good result.
You get a good result. Coach.
Yeah.
The position of the ball game and the pass. You know, say Hector Marina, double Trinidad passing.
Yeah. Trinidad as 80 at about 17%, you know.
87 to 13%.
Yeah, for possession, you know.
Hector Marina make 100 or something passing and Trinidad make 70 pass, you know.
We kind of sad. We kind of sad. Say,
get a good result.
Kind of sad. Say something that get hurt still not Chucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Listen. I mean, I'm aware. I forget him out. I'm aware.
No, Devon. Yeah.
Devon.
You know.
Devon.
You can't say that. I agree with you upon that.
You know, says a penalty.
A penalty, yes.
They didn't push him out. That's what I said. The officiating in a Copa America and even the final today. The referee make whole heap of play go on. Because I am going to get a in the center and it's a play.
Even goal when Italy score, you know, it can be questionable, you know, in both for both ends, you know. So even if the goal never scored, them could have a call for a penalty. And England could have a call for a handball.
A Chiellini and Bonici Gaban in a soccer color.
Yeah.
In half I feel. Soccer was half I feel. Chiellini, man.
Listen, Italy forget 2 red cards. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Chiellini is supposed to get a second yellow for that close.
Yeah.
And the tackle there where the youth put on Grealish.
Stamp
the man
yeah, man, that should have been a red.
Straight red, right there.
That should have been a red. And the referee was right there, you know.
Right there on top right.
But I think he might try to be lenient still, you know.
Where him come from? Where the referee come from?
Good.
Yeah.
Answer the question. You see that problem I watch it. I told you where I said. The mafia there that the VAR room. Tony Soprano and Big Tony there that VAR room. The mafia money chunk, brother. Don't take me that. When they come to the first half, you see the man, the first half was extra time. You see the man then put up 2 minutes extra time. And they on the TV. All of a sudden, we just see it move to 3 minutes extra time. We did that singing at the state. We did that singing out. There's only one Jack Grealish. When anyone kick him on, in I part the song, we start singing. There is no more Jack Grealish. There will be no. He now get no more picnic in a coach. Remember, I tell you, he never get a youth. Now he now get no more youth. The man thing.
Yeah, man, was all right.
Coach Devon.
And when the man pulled
Coach Devon.
Yeah, man.
When he makes some pull out, that should have been.
You're there in Canada. So somebody asked in the comment section where them can watch the Gold Cup match then.
His goal.
Yeah, so I put in the comment section.
Yeah, put it in there. His goal.
Oh, see there, yeah, man.
Because I watch Guatemala and El Salvador.
Oh yeah, that match has started now. Well, it started already.
That's going 3 minutes from night.
Anyway, they put a task for you, man. We want a banner.
Early morning, they come though.
We want a free ravel. And that's the one the banner is. Yeah.
No, I tell you something, you know. I think the other game, the last game, no, the second game, it might be there, you know. He might reach the second game, you know.
News of the latest Costa Rica. But them are well in spot still, because
No,
they
no,
don't
no,
know
no,
the
no.
coaching staff
It
and
it
top of
it
one.
it says it's supposed to reach for the Guadeloupe.
So that's at the third game.
Second,
Now
Guadeloupe
second game.
Second game, yeah.
16th,
Yeah,
Friday.
in 5 days. You know.
But again, so hold on. If him reach for the game, now get a training with the team and go through the COVID protocol and all of them things there.
No, once he go in with a negative test,
Yeah, but
he
you have a
is
three-day
Traveling outside of the country.
yeah. Once he goes in with a negative test, and when he goes in, they're gonna test him again.
Remember, there's a quarantine protocol.
Yeah, man.
Hold on,
Costa Rica must say.
in the state of Florida, they have a quarantine protocol.
Of how many days?
They didn't know what Adrian thing, but they have a quarantine protocol.
72 hours.
Okay.
Yeah,
There is one in Canada that when you come in, you have to go into quarantine if you don't have your 2-dose vaccine. And they test you, and if you test negative after 3 days, your test come back or whenever, you're allowed to go home.
Yeah, but you have to
72 hours with a Devon. You have to wait 3 days then.
Not 3 days.
So it might have to do 3 days then.
Even if you do a PCR test, it might take about 3 days to get the result. 2 days at best.
It's not so long enough, because if you do it here,
I do the testing enough. So you need 2 negative results.
oh yes. If I can't cover the test, then
It
might be easier for him. Cause as soon as he go in, they're gonna test him. And if he get back him test, he will get back his test within 24 hours.
All right. So top 10 ask a question. Andre Gray never quarantine, right? That was a JFF. It was a JFF camp. So that is almost like the camaraderie. You understand? So he would have done the 48 hours before he would have been there 48 hours before he went out in the public. Because I remember saying, as far as they're concerned, the JFF is having a training camp, so they apply for that. So he never go out anything. He just go to a training camp and come back. But he will come in with a like when you go to play, come in with 2 vaccines and a negative test. So yeah. So this is
and cataract. This is the thing. Once he has to get a test from where he's coming from, and if that test is negative, and once he land and they test him, if after they test him that other test come back negative, he's free to join the team.
But
we still have to go through the training and then the Costa Rica coach never. Nobody pushing from the field, so you gotta know.
Yeah, but he might have some couple training session, maybe 2.
no.
Who knows? He might reach here tomorrow.
Well, no, that's irresponsible.
No. He won't be. Hold on. What I'm saying.
Playing, but reach.
He won't be playing. Reach. I said reach. I didn't say playing. He might reach here tomorrow. And if he reach here tomorrow.
Remember, so we can't beat the player, so we just look for different people to beat. So we have to beat the Panellist.
He might beat that too.
Remember, say Ravel have some disciple and psychopath, you know.
All right.
They can't buy the ticket and come all at the 3 years, Ravel there.
I know only that. Then we go pick him up.
Got airport. So who you looking for? Who you waiting for? We're waiting on Robert Morrison, but 10 of them the airport lined up.
Job. I tell you. So I hate the thing there. You see me? I hate the thing there. So look for a good result. Stay supporting the team. You know, and hoping I get to watch the match and thing, everybody, and yeah, everything.
Yeah, people. 213 and over after the show, just jump over my channel and go watch up the video and share it, you see me? And then tomorrow we're gonna be doing a live interview, halftime and post match because I'm gonna be reaching the game too late before real close to game time. So we're gonna be doing football in 90, tune into that. But in the meantime, just stay tuned to Coach's Desk IG page. Photos gonna be uploading throughout the entire day and during game time. So, right, Coach?
So, hold on. Coach, you can't just make the where's the pass sports match?
So no man, sports match no man, in the reach this yet, man. No sports match thing there. Promotion will go up, man. In the reach sports match yet. So we have to start. We have to crawl before we walk, you know. So right now the crawling stage, you know. So football in 90, just go up on the IG page, click the notification bell, or turn on the post notification them and the live notification them. Because I go halftime live. Some other man are gonna do pre-match live, but at the same time just tune into Coach's Desk to make sure to turn on the notification to Coach's Desk because pictures and videos are gonna upload during and after the match and thing.
Yeah, man. And we're also gonna be doing a watch along, so we can come over here too and log on and yeah, man, the show, I finished the show. I finished now, Fresh God.
Yeah, Owen, a section 115, the thing there, but link Dre anyway. I make with our coach and I make with. If you live here, just tell me a place so we can meet up before, like all bells and get a vibe. You know.
Yeah, man, because we're there in the town early, you know, so we just gonna link up, man. Just link up on them.
Yeah, man.
IG and WhatsApp, communicate, you don't know.
Yeah, man, big up on yourself, man. We are looking for great things tomorrow, you know. Kick off the thing.
Shake up it
emphatic fashion, you know.
Cataract.
Them side a clown.
Cataract.
Yeah, brother.
Don't let no fire in man them stay down here, sir.
But Jared, make sure you not give him no board.
Don't give him that trouble.
Yeah, don't give him no board.
Association.
Come no, you know, board. No, you know, I am fireman, you know.
Proceed with that. Yo.
Yeah, man. So people
do them thing there. But Suriname, but you don't need to bring a fire extinguisher for such side. Right?
Hey, hold on. Cataract, Andre, short boss, same one link up, you know. See me in the comment section there. So now I go. Send on drop your IG in the comment section.
CM name, short boss. Just link me up on my link, Cataract.
Yeah, man.
CM name right
for Insta.
One name, right? Cool.
Anybody we are going to give them with the section, and they will just find out nearby. You see me?
Sometimes man, no board on fire for Cataract. You have to keep them things far from him.
Yeah, I want to listen to the dog. I want to listen.
So people, yeah, man, thanks for tuning into the show tonight. Yeah, we just want to know say people them stay safe because we want to watch a game tomorrow. And enjoy ourselves on the live, you know what I mean? So big up yourself, people. Big up yourself in the comment section. 200 and odd people that were on. Massive respect. Facebook, big up yourself as well. The panelists, big up on yourself. Yeah, man. Just check out Dre Anywhere. Dre, just type in the comment section. So him, I saw short boss can get it. Yeah, man. So
we know that section, there's another section B.
I would have section B.
That one of a prison in there. Man
Shut
says
up.
a GP.
Hey, me don't know if Shatta our guy match, no. We don't know if Shatta up to, you know.
That
That good
joke.
for know say Shatta that match, man.
Short
So
boss,
yeah,
you have to
people, just link up, Jay, and we can make the link. So the people them can link up, and the whole of coaches this massive and family just link up, and you know that we want to know. So big up again, people. Like I normally say, take care of yourself, stay safe, peace out. All right, so we're gonna give you the outro, not the intro.
Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.